Banghead motherfuckers. That's right. There's a million reasons for everyone to blow your brains out with Rick E. Warden. That's me. I am Rick E. Warden. And tonight we're going to kill them all. Here's a little music to kick it off and get us started tonight. We'll be right back.
Here comes our criminal now. What do you have to say for yourself?
What did she go after? Back then to the lake.
Killer. That's what that is. Richard Gish on bass. That reminds me of the bass line, some Steve Harris shit. So Richard Gish on bass, Rick Perry on lead guitar. The band is called Me and My Dead Friends. At least that's how you locate it on your YouTube search, Me and My Dead Friends. That's my band. So thank you for taking the time to listen to it and banging your head. Hope you enjoyed it. That's the, a good main motivation for doing this show. I ain't gonna lie, and I don't give a fuck. I ain't got no fucks. I have music. I like to have it heard. But at the same time, I love music, man. I fucking love music. I've been jamming Pantera today. How about you? Have you been jamming Pantera today? If not, what are you jamming? Flip the script. Tonight, we are expecting to see Dave Jarvis to co-host on the panel for at least a little while, go through the concert calendar with us and listen to a couple of songs. And then possibly Randy Bell hops on, but I think Randy Bell, Brother Bell, for anybody paying attention, Brother Bell may be in need right now. I think he was saying that his automobile broke down or was having some issues. So don't know if Mr. Bell will be able to join us tonight for the show. But anyone else, anybody that's ever been on the show before, Integrity, if you want to hop on, it'd be great to hear from you and see you. So anybody that wants to hop on tonight that has already been on the panel before, this is not only your invitation, but my encouragement to you to hop on, and for the main reason, to have fun together. That's what I'm fucking here for, is to have fun, right? Hope you're here to have fun too, because that's what we do. And fuck everything else. I restrung my acoustic guitar. I could play you a song, but you need to ask, right? Like, I'm really motivated. I am really fired up. I spent some time with my family today, and I need that. We've all been so isolated, or I can't say we all, I feel like we've all been so isolated and so disconnected. Certainly everybody has been to one extent or another, but because of my circumstances, because I keep my grandson half of the week every week, I've been especially isolated and detached. What's the other word? I'm trying to remember the trending terminology. And believe it or not, in my house painting business, I've been making videos about house painting colors, the color trends for 2023. And, they always include the psychology of creating a ambiance for your home that's conducive to togetherness after a time of the pandemic and all. So everybody, thank you very much for joining me. I have a concert calendar ready for you. It's not the most extensive concert calendar, so I guess that's the short side of it. But I do have a great concert calendar. We have some kick-ass shows coming up, and you need to know about them. And I have some other fun things to share. But really, the good side is I did get to spend time with my family today, and getting together and hanging out, and just fucking having a good time and shooting the shit is so beneficial. It certainly makes the probability of my enemies dying sooner than later a little less probable for now. How about that, everyone? Okay, so that's what we do. This is Outlaw Video TV. And man, really, I kind of want to get into this Metallica thing tonight. I'm not sure if I should get into Metallica first or the concert calendar. So I'm going to hop over here to the comments because I see we have people in the live chat. So forgive me, everybody, while I stop down the show and check out the live chat, because everybody in the live chat, absolutely, it's Xander. It's Xander delivering the goods. Okay, Xander, really cool to have you tonight. Everybody pile into that live chat. Let's give it time to swell in here, and let's talk. Metallica. That's right. Let's talk Metallica tonight. Have you heard the new Metallica? Man, I wished I could play it. So Dan McNew, I know that he may be out at the Cantina checking out Ritual. Ritual is playing tonight at Lava Cantina, unless it was canceled due to weather. So, or maybe they've already performed, but you might check that out if you have time. Get over and check out Ritual. But I know it's cold out. So Dan McNew, all the way up there in the colony, if you have a minute and you want to hop on, it's always a pleasure to have you. But I don't have screen control. That's where you bring up the internet onto the screen, and like we could listen to the new Metallica and they can strike my video. Hey Xander, have you heard the new Metallica? It's pretty kick-ass. It's fresh, dude. Fucking fresh Metallica, man. It's pretty wild. And then also the tour. So Metallica announced a American tour this week. So we're definitely going to talk all things Metallica. Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, Cliff Burton, Cliff 'Em All, and Justice for All. Somebody fill in the rest. I don't know the order. Hey, anybody know Josh Ing, the drummer? This would be a good show for Josh Ing to hop on. He's like a huge Metallica fan. But anyway, and Megadeth. Josh Ing, for anybody who wants to check him out. I haven't been talking about him because the last I checked, he privatized his videos on his YouTube channel, and I don't know what he's doing. So either way, Josh, if you're listening, always be a pleasure to have you, bro. Xander here. Give me a second for it to pop up. Not yet. Oh, you haven't listened. See, there you go. I don't expect that most people have. It's called Lux. Lux some shit. It's like the record, the new Metallica record is called M72. So I haven't had time to dig into all of that and see what the hell they're really talking about. I myself barely listened to the song a couple of times this morning. I think my last couple of days have run together, so I can't remember. But dude, it's kick-ass. It's heavy and it's fresh. I'm not gonna say it's not Metallica. It's fucking Metallica, but it's it's a little different. It's fresh, so I like it, man. But I also like the last record with Atlas Rise. I'm not saying that I listen to it every day. I did for a little bit, but that one song, now that we're dead, my dear, we can live forever. Hey, Johnny Yarborough, do you like the new Metallica? So I'm going to check you out. Hey, Outlaw, I'm not at home. So that means he's not in his home studio, so probably won't be hopping on with us. But, dude, if you would please hop on, stay in the chat. Stay in the live chat, man, and I will make it work with you. Live like a suicide. That's what it is, man. It's way beyond that, bro. It's fucking the epitaph, the fire, the funeral pyre is burned to the fucking ground, man. Satan is my footstool, motherfuckers. All right, so behind me here, look, I've got my daughter with me tonight. This is my daughter, Melody. This is my painting. This is my daughter, Melody. She's with me in spirit. Melody Christine Warden, rest in peace. I love you and I miss you so much. And then over here, I've got pictures of my Phoenix. This is my favorite, or one of. Shoot, you have so many favorites, right? But this is one of. When he was a baby, his mom, Melody, would hang him upside down, just like turn him over. He would laugh. They had so much fun doing that. And so I think this is when she was still alive, possibly. I just picked him up and turned him upside down and kissed him, and I just love that. So that's my boy there. Again, thank you everyone for joining us. And thank Thank you, Josh. Looky there. It's my night. I am truly the belle of the ball. Okay, Josh, I have to wait for this to, what's up, dude? I'm doing it, man. I'm putting one foot before the other, man. I'm doing everything I can to have my music heard. And not only to have my music heard, you know, really just as important to me, and I'm pretty sure Josh knows this, it's for you guys to have your music heard. You know, the music that I love, it's just as important to me personally to share the music that I love. You know, since I love my own music, I want to share that. But if I love your music, like Iron Jaw, you're in good shape because I love sharing good music. And so everybody, since Josh right here, this is him. Hey, Josh, have you privatized your videos or have you unprivatized them? Josh has some amazing Dream Theater covers. He's literally one of the best drummers that I know. And I need to be very careful saying that or respectful because Grego Kramer is like one of the best people in the world that I know. That Greg was so good to me. Josh, I want you to know, man, that dude's a good guy. So Grego, if you're watching, hop on, say hi to Josh Ing. And Josh, tell us what you're up to. I dig the new Metallica song, played it at least 10 times. Yeah, man, I just got through it twice. I don't know when it came out, like yesterday or Monday, along with the tour announcement. But I'm going to hop over here real quick and show everybody what it looks like. Let's check out the Metallica graphics. I believe this is it. It's yellow, so I'm looking. Oh, that's a show flyer, so let me back up here. What do we got? We can go ahead and pop back on that. Well, there's some of the graphics. Don't tell me I uploaded. Since I spent time with my family this evening, I did honestly run out of time on cutting some of my graphics up. But here we go. No, see, that's why I wasn't all that worried about it because I already took care of a lot of this morning so that I didn't have to worry about being in a rush. So that's kind of the color. The yellow and black is the look of the record. Right here somewhere, I should have the record also. Let's see. Well, it's interesting. I don't even know why it's over there. But anyway, it's kind of funny. StreamYard, if anybody did not know already, sometimes it'll just move my stuff around when I go away and then log back in. Some of my pictures will be missing. So looky there. We're jumping right to the end of the story here. The Lux Eterna private platform experience, which cost $7,272. With this, fans receive a private viewing platform for up to 8 people, a cooler loaded with soft drinks and beers, access to the pre-show party in the Black Box Lounge, a merch item for everyone in the group. Back over here to comments to remove that. Everyone in the group and the ability to, I'm sure there's a lot more of this pre-order merch that will be delivered directly to your platform. So you don't have to go stand in the merch line. You can have it delivered to your platform. But that's pretty badass, you know. As I get into this, I hope that some people will hop on and stay active in the live chat, but even on the panel also, because, you know, I like to bounce some things back and forth. I know not everybody's excited about this. So that's why I'm kind of glad that it went right to that. So anyway, before I move on, back to Josh Ing Drums. If anybody's interested in hearing absolutely for certain, I can confidently say, one of the best drummers in Dallas-Fort Worth, that's where you're going to do it. All right, so I think I pulled this from Joseph, or I don't know, one of the local promoters. Ticketmaster, after hearing about Metallica's North American tour. Hey. You know, I confess, though, there's a little bit of that in me, too, and, you know, there's no shame. I get it. Right here, that's Charlie Benante. Gonna come back to that in just a minute. That's a shout out to Ghoul Town right there. Shout out to the brothers of Ghoul Town. So here it is. We've got a post here. Robert Martinez, saved your name. I hope you don't mind. So hop on and say hi. $1,000 ticket to see Metallica for both nights. Are they mental? What do you guys think? Is that fucking mental? Hop on and let me know. Let me know in the comments. Hop on the panel. Because I have the ability to see both sides of this shit, right? And I think that's part of my challenge and other people's challenges is that, you know, people only hear the side that they agree with. And then when I see both sides, when I speak of that, they hear something they disagree with. So that's all people, some people kind of either agree with or they disagree, but they can't really kind of just look at both sides, you know, unbiasedly and just go, well, this is what's happening, you know? And so that's what I can do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk you through both sides of this, but I don't mind at all. Whether we're talking about Metallica and the expensive tickets or the packages, the music, whatever, both sides of all those issues, but or Pantera, because obviously I've got a lot of subscribers and viewers that are huge Pantera fans. I'm a huge Pantera fan, and you know, there's absolutely, without a shadow of doubt, a line, a decisive, a decisive, one little letter, C and a B, a decisive difference. And this would be one here. You know, I don't even know if I need to say more. I might come back to that. I'm going to try to go through a couple of my graphics here without getting into the concert calendar. And that's part of what I was talking about is that when I upload my graphics, they don't really, it doesn't upload it in the order that I've uploaded them. And then sometimes when I get back even, they'll be they'll be in a different order. So I am absolutely into my concert calendar there, and I want to get out of that, and I'm looking for pictures that should be here because I know I uploaded them and I'm not seeing them. So I'm going to apologize for that. One of those pictures, you know, is right in here along these lines. I've got a graphic image that I saved and uploaded, basically of Vinnie Paul and his quotes about there could never be a tribute. There could never be not a tribute, but, you know, a reformed Pantera. So I think the easiest, simplest way to answer all of that has already been answered, and that's that it's a tribute. But you wouldn't know that by the promotions, because it doesn't say Pantera tribute and it doesn't say Pantera here we go, it doesn't say Pantera featuring Zakk Wylde, you know, or Pantera featuring 2 original members. You know, it doesn't say anything like that. It just says Pantera. So, you know, I don't know, I got no fucks to give, right? That should be obvious by now. I got no fucks to give. I ain't emotional about it in any way, shape, or form. And so I know that is going to make some people think, well, that's disrespectful to Vinny. Well, I don't intend it to be. So that would be someone putting their thoughts on me, and I just don't have enough fucks for that. All I can do is talk to you about what's actually happening. And so, yeah, I think, you know, that anyone could make a pretty strong case for Vinnie Paul being, you know, not only against a Pantera reunion like this or tribute performance like this, but, you know, could even state what Vinnie stated, that it would tarnish the image of Pantera and Dimebag Darrell Abbott. And so one of Vinny's concerns that he voiced, and you know, it's Vinny's concern, Vinny voicing his concern, is what I see. That's so funny that this is up here. So what I'm gonna have to do is go all the way back through all of my graphics and see what all I have. And some of it is from the show I did Monday, which involves these people right here at Slab City, the last free place in America, Slab City. I, like everyone else in America, watched at least a couple of those videos about Slab City and some of those characters. And then when I found out there were actually bars out here at this Slab City place where they have musical performances every weekend and they're serving draft beer. I mean, I don't know. It could be, you know, much less than what, you know, it could suck. But it sounds like they got something going on there that's fun. And there's a lot of freedom and people enjoying themselves. And so I reached out to a couple of the people that I thought were the cool people. And so one of them are Waterboy. He's got it turned up on the back quadrant. So if you want to find out about him, just do that YouTube search. And if any of you guys happen to be watching, get in the live chat and let us know. I'm going to hop over here to the live chat real quick. Integrity 101. Celebration of Pantera. Hey, man, that works for me. How about that? Celebration of Pantera, everyone. You know, because that's really, at the end of the day, that's like, that's why I like you, Integrity. I don't know who the fuck you are, man, but you have a way with words. When our brothers die, my daughter died, you know, I celebrate her life. I can't mourn her life, you know, like as a intention. You know, I mourn her missing because it fucking hurts. I miss her, right? It hurts. But it's not my intention to hurt and to mourn. It's my intention to celebrate. And the way that I get over the pain and past the pain is to celebrate. So that's what we do. And I think that's fucking awesome, Integrity 101, to say it's a celebration of Pantera, because it really doesn't matter what you call it at the end of the day, right? Does it really matter? No, it doesn't fucking really matter what you call it at the end of the day. These four fucking guys, Phil Anselmo, the original, you know, come on, he's the singer of Pantera. Rex Brown, from day one, Pantera. And two other badass motherfuckers, one being Zakk Wylde, and someone who actually has a personal connection with Dime and the other members in the band. And same thing with Charlie. I mean, these guys consider themselves family, you know, musical brothers. And that shit's legit. That shit is real. And so, you know, it really doesn't matter if you call it the Phil, Rex, Zakk, Charlie band playing Pantera songs, or if you call it a celebration of Pantera or a Pantera tribute, or in this case, you know, just Pantera. They're just calling it Pantera. And I know that that alone is going to be, you know, this is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. And I told Integrity before that, you know, we are a little closer to all this. So, you know, a lot of our friends, you know, are the people that would have an opinion about this stuff and be close to it. So, you know, be biased towards it, have feelings about it. And so that's why I talk this way. The rest of the people in the world probably think, man, why is he all concerned about what someone calls the band? And why is he all that riled up about Pantera? Well, again, my name is on for Pantera Records. Not as an engineer or anything. And I'm sorry I normally just don't go through life going, hey, look at me. You know, when I get pulled over by a cop, I don't say, hey, do you know who I am? You know, when I see a band, and that, you know, I meet people. I don't go, hey, do you know who I am? You know. So, but at a time like this, it's proper. My name's on 4 records just because Daryl Abbott is my friend. That's it. There's no other real reason. I did a magazine called The Skull Press. I DJ'd on the radio on KNON back in the day at the old White House on San Jacinto. Yes, me and my brother Jerry Warden, we are part of the foundation of KNON, and it's inescapable to tell the story of KNON and its heavy metal history without the foundation. So I know often stories are told without the foundation, and that shit is just crooked, and that's why everybody knows it. So that's what I did. I was on KNON. I was on, I did my magazine, The Skull Press. And certainly one of the records where my name is on it, it says Skull Press. But that's it. The others don't. So it's just my name. And it's just because Daryl was a cool motherfucker. And if anyone cares, questions about it, who do we got backstage? Looky here. It's a special day. Hello, Josh. How are you, buddy? Oh, wait. I didn't get him up. One more time. To stream. There it is. There's 2 of us.
What's up, dude?
I'm having a good time. Yeah, man. Talking about music, you know, that's what I enjoy doing. How are you doing, Josh?
I'm good. I'm good. I got excited about the whole topic of the Metallica Pantera thing, so I was like, I gotta get on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've definitely been thinking about you. And, you know, and I owe it to you. So thanks for coming on. I'll tell you again, you know, and anyone else who's listening as part of the show, is that Josh is responsible for what's the last Metallica record called?
Hardwired to self-destruct.
Hardwired to self-destruct. Yeah, I mean, you're really the one who turned me on to the record. You know, I mean, I had heard the songs on the radio, but like Atlas Rise and some of those other songs, I don't know. You know, maybe I'd heard it a couple. I don't know, but yeah, you definitely got me listening to the record multiple times. So thank you for being a hardcore Metallica fan and a good dude.
Yeah, man, they're my all-time favorite band. So,
tell us, how did you first find out about Metallica?
Well, I kind of did the old download music for free thing when I was old enough to.
You heard Lars going, "Hey, don't steal my music." And you went, "Hey, whose music is that I should steal?"
Yeah. So, I think it was LimeWire back then. LimeWire. That's like the I guess at the time it was like the modern Napster.
Yeah.
So well, actually no, the first time I heard Metallica was on the game Guitar Hero. I don't know if you've ever played Guitar Hero.
Yeah, everybody knows Guitar Hero.
The video game. Yeah, so I grew up in a really like a religious household, so I wasn't exposed to heavy metal, but when I got that game, yeah, that's actually what exposed me to Metallica and rock and heavy metal, and I was like, wow, this is cool. And then one thing led to another, and I started, you know, downloading music for free because I was too young to really have any money anyway. So,
Right.
And then,
hey, we all did it. Don't let anybody fool you. They used to have this thing called Columbia House, where you could get like 6 records for a penny each or something. So you literally had to tape pennies to a piece of paper and mail it to the Columbia House, and they'd mail you your 6 records. You know, so we all did it in different ways.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
No, it was. Wait a minute. It's with the promise that you would pay for the records later. You know. Yeah, the records didn't cost a penny. Those were like the down payment, and nobody ever paid off. Have you ever heard about that?
No, never.
Yeah, man. Set all you Napster kids free, man. We used to rip off music before there was a Napster. So It's not a rip off. I'm just using that terminology for kicks, I mean, it's music. You're going to find the music that you want to listen to. And I think it's kick ass that Guitar Hero turned you on to Metallica and who knows how many other kids onto, heavy metal music.
Yeah. So I read something somewhere it was like an old newspaper ad, and it referred to I guess my generation as like the Guitar Hero generation, and it said something. This was like 2007 or 2008, a long time ago, and it was like yeah, the Guitar Hero generation, the game brings back heavy metal for the Guitar Hero generation, and because I always found it kind of strange that like I was into like 80s music, 80s metal and stuff when nobody else like going to school as a kid, like everybody else was into that, and there was like me and like two other friends who were into like Metallica and Megadeth and all the 80s stuff. So but I would say like the Guitar Hero game, is as cheesy as that may sound, was kind of a big foothold into that.
Yeah, sure. That's kick-ass. Hey, we got a question in the live chat. What is the best song on Hardwired to Self-Destruct?
I don't know, man. It depends on my mood.
But that's a great answer. It's always the mood.
Yeah, I would say either Atlas Rise, Moth into Flame, or Spit Out the Bone.
What's the last one?
Spit Out the Bone.
Spit Out the Bone.
Mm-hmm.
I know all the songs, but for some reason I can't hear that one in my head.
The last one is the real.
There's 3 of them depending what mood you're in.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't pick one.
So have you ever seen Metallica, or let me back that up, rephrase. What's the first time you saw Metallica live?
Well, I've actually only seen them once.
Okay, all right. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. And it was last year actually.
At the Cowboys Stadium, and I'm aware of that show. So
yeah, it was the one.
And how was that show at AT&T Stadium?
Well, no, I didn't go to the AT&T Stadium one. It was the one at Globe Life in Arlington.
Oh, it was in the baseball field.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Globe Life is the baseball park. I thought it was at AT&T.
When they went on the Hardwired tour, it was at AT&T. But then when they came around for that special event, yeah. So when I saw them, like, of course I enjoyed it because favorite band of all time and all that. But something was up with like the sound. I mean, you can ask me, you can ask my friends who I went with. Like, it was weird. The sound was off. So like James's voice and his guitar was like extremely loud. Yeah. And the drums weren't that loud, and you couldn't really hear Kirk's leads because of how loud James was, and it was just kind of off. And I don't know if that had to do with the venue or if that had to do with the fact that it was like it was a pay-per-view event, and they had that what was it, the Fight Club thing?
Like boxing?
It was like boxing, MMA, something going on, and Metallica was kind of part of that. So maybe that was part of it. I don't know, but people that I do know that saw them at the AT&T Stadium back in 2017 said the sound was like great. So I'm thinking it had to do with either A, the venue, or B, just
somehow the ball got dropped because it was a one-time special event. It wasn't the normal crew taking care of sound.
Yeah, no, and I still enjoyed it though, but the sound was just kind of eh.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so then that brings us to this question. Are you going to go see Metallica in August? Do you have $1,000 to go see Metallica not once, but twice?
I mean, I'm thinking about it. Like, I don't. That's a lot of money,
Well, I'm thinking about, I've always thought of like a GoFundMe as a joke, and you would kind of really, like for me, you'd have to need the right joke to make it work. And this is a pretty good joke, man. I was thinking about doing a legit GoFundMe so I can buy tickets to see Metallica.
That's hilarious.
Send Outlaw Video TV to see Metallica. We just get a grant. That's all we need.
It's like, we can't do it without you. We need your help.
Now, you know how GoFundMes work, right? You have different plans and things. And so, hence the, let's see, there's the 1,000. No, let's see. I got to get my bearings here where I'm at. There's James Hetfield. So it's down from there. Give me a second. I have to wait for my monitor to catch up with me. There you go. So my GoFundMe could have like different plan options. And if someone felt really good about it, just had like deep pockets and a big heart, we could get a Lux Eterna private platform experience. What do you think?
That would be cool. I mean, that doesn't include meeting the band though, right?
Well, I don't know, but I'll tell you this, that if we do this and people come through and we raise 8,000, my promise to you and to whoever is not only can they join Outlaw Video TV, but they can personally spend time with Josh Ing, and we'll make sure you're one of the 8.
Wow, that'd be pretty gnarly. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what makes it funny.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. I'm nobody. Nobody gives a shit about Outlaw Video TV. Nobody's gonna give $1,000 for me to go see Metallica. That's the joke. That's what
they're like. I want to go see Metallica.
Hey, man, I could go panhandle. Maybe I can. I don't know. What kind of fundraising schemes can we come? A car wash?
It's
have a Metallica car wash.
Going to a really good cause.
Yeah, and like you could set up a sound system and play, all the Metallica records.
Oh yeah, hey,
while
there you
people
go.
are getting their car washed. I don't know. I'm totally just.
You play the Lou Reed one too, and that's mean. I shouldn't say that. That's mean.
No, you should. What were you saying?
Oh, it was a joke. I was like, yeah, don't forget to play the Lou Reed one too. See, they're my favorite band, so I can talk trash at the same time.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, man. Be you. That's all it is, man. You can talk trash. That's how it is, bro. Is I think it's all a life, but certainly in music and when you're doing a podcast like this, you just really can't worry about what other people are gonna think, because that's life, man. No matter what you say, half the people listening or in the world are gonna disagree with you. So fuck. Why even bother?
Yeah.
I think it would be fun to do a GoFundMe. So this is something I'm going to take into serious consideration. Hey, Josh, here's the good news. Outlaw Video TV. Hell, we have, 9 months, to decide if I'm going to do a GoFundMe and a marketing campaign. And then, how many ever months I need to raise money. So this is doable. I'm kind of seeing a light at the end of this tunnel.
You never know.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, you never know. You never know.
I have another package here, I thought. Again, I uploaded a couple of these Metallica things. One was I had the quote uploaded of Vinnie Paul. But I thought this was interesting. I don't know. Have you noticed? Do you follow Vinnie Paul or Daryl Abbott's official bands?
I think I do. On Instagram, I follow Vinny.
Well, this one here was, to me, it's not disrespectful, but I can see where, that's pretty bold right there to go ahead, because I'm sure that this page, the official Vinnie Paul page, is owned by the, is owned by the Pantera estate or the Vinny and Dime estate, however, the Rita Haney estate. But I don't know, man. That's pretty bold. Either way you slice it, that's pretty bold to use Vinnie Paul's account and promote. Hey, here we are, Pantera. It doesn't say Pantera tribute. It doesn't say, we know Vinnie Paul, our brother, and we really hope that any of that stuff is just straightforward. It's the same exact promotion that they put on the Pantera page, Phil's page, Rex's page, and Daryl's page. So
wow,
again, I'm
yeah,
not offended
that
by
is
it.
kind of well. Didn't I was watching earlier, and you quoted something Vinny said about there can never be a reunition, a reuniting of Pantera.
Correct.
Didn't he say he said
Quote
that?
that I'm missing. That's what I'm pissed off about.
Yeah. So I mean, it's I mean the dead can't speak for themselves. So, but I don't take it that seriously. Like I'm
Good.
happier.
You
I'm
shouldn't.
happy.
You shouldn't take it that serious, and neither should anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I would rather them do this than not do it. Like, it's cool that they're doing it.
Yeah, sure it is. The truth is I probably won't see Pantera. I didn't get to see. I haven't. I take care of my grandson. I don't get to do anything, but I have a great time with my grandson. So that's a choice I made. But so I probably won't get to see this celebration of Pantera, but I would if I could. And then also, I'm extremely thankful. Think about it. When you do the numbers, you're talking hundreds of thousands. I guess it's in the millions. This group of these four badass motherfuckers, Phil, Rex, Zach, and Charlie, are gonna play Pantera songs in front of, I guess, the total number of people might be a couple of million or a few million.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
And those fucking people are gonna have a badass time.
oh yeah, they are. Like, I think they're gonna do a good job. I mean, Charlie's a phenomenal drummer, and I think Zach Wild. I mean, not only was he friends with Dime, but his style is I would say similar-ish to his. I mean, you could have got somebody like Steve Vai to do it, but that's just not the right guy. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
different
my
style.
vote is Kayla Kent. I personally, that's my only real kind of give a fuck in this deal. Is I think they should have chose some young, fresh blood like Kayla Kent. But it's okay, Zach. Respect.
Yeah, that would, man. I know she would enjoy that.
So
I've had
would
a lot of
everyone else.
I've
So
had a
would
lot of
everyone
dreams
else.
as a kid of being Metallica's drummer, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, hey, you are a fan of Charlie Benante. I know that. And so let me ask you, who's the better drummer, Lars or Charlie?
Charlie.
Kind of crazy, isn't it?
I mean, I think Lars would say that Charlie is the better drummer too.
Respect. It's possible. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I saw an interview with Lars, and he was saying that, like, in the '80s, like the Injustice for All era, he was like, at that time, a lot of musicians were trying to kind of prove their craft. Like, that was it. Do what?
Trying to copy Metallica.
Well, what I was getting at was like, the late '80s. That time period was a time where I guess musicians like that were trying to really show how good they were at their instrument. Like, because at that time you had like Dream Theater coming out and bands that were all about just being super technical, and
people like Steve Vai and Joe Satriani and Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yeah, and Lars was saying at that time he was trying to, because I guess to them at the time, Slayer, Anthrax, and bands like that were kind of their like competitors, I guess. And he said like around after that time, he just kind of decided, you know what, like I'm just gonna play drums for the song and not worry about being the craziest, flashiest drummer. And he went on to say, you know, I'm not Charlie Benante, or I'm not Dave Lombardo, I'm not Mike Portnoy. You know, I just play for the song. And so he admitted it himself that he's not on that level, but that's okay. You know, you just, you know, nothing wrong with that.
No, dude. And that's really one of the things I like about you, Josh, and why we've got along so well, because you got a great attitude about that shit. And, you know, believe it or not, a lot of people just get, you know, bent out of shape about things. So how about this question? Vinnie Paul or Lars? We'll start with that one.
I'd say Vinny. Yeah, Vinnie Paul.
And keep in mind that Metallica is Josh's pretty much favorite band. He didn't come on here saying Pantera is my favorite or Anthrax, but they're up there, right?
Yeah, Metallica's my all-time favorite band, but I do, and now Lars was my first favorite drummer, you know, when I first got into drumming and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, after, you know, years of doing it, you start to realize, like, once you play for a while, you realize, like, wow, these songs are a lot more hard to play than these songs, and you realize, well, this drummer's a little bit on a higher tier than this drummer. You know, it doesn't make one better than the other. It's not all about technical skill, you know. It's about, like, how can you make the best parts to make the song sound as best as it possibly can, you know.
Yeah. The song kind of, you know, it's what fits the song.
Exactly. And I love technical drumming. I mean, I love technical music. That's kind of, I mean, and Justice for All was my favorite album because it was the most technical one, you know. It was just, it just kind of caught my ears the most, kind of like the title track, you know. It's like 9.5 minutes.
Was that your first Metallica record, and Justice for All, or what was your first? Or wait,
I think
that's right. You were downloading for free. What did you download first?
I think that the first song I heard was One. That was the first song I heard. And then it was like, then it was kind of mixed up. Like, I remember I the first album I really got into was Injustice for All, but the first few songs I heard was like One, Master Puppets, Seek and Destroy, From the Bell Tolls.
Now, were those the songs that were on Guitar Hero also, by chance?
No, the only one that was on Guitar Hero first was One.
Yeah, okay. Hey, I got a kind of a weird question. What about MTV or just music videos in general? How did that affect you?
Well, so I at my parents growing up, we had VH1 and VH1 Classic. And VH1 Classic they would do these reruns of old 80s music videos. And you know, I had a few friends who were kind of like me, and they would come over, and like we'd have like sleepover or whatever, and we would watch those rock videos. And it was inspiring at the time because I was just getting into playing drums. I actually wanted to play guitar first, but I think what happened is I didn't get into it around the time that I wanted to get into it, and then 2 years later I kind of shifted to drums, and then around that time I actually got access to a drum kit, and that's kind of how that started. But yeah, no, VH1 Classic was the thing that I used to watch old music videos and stuff. So that was cool.
Well, I figured that was a possibility. I mean, dude, there's no way around it. Videos were a big part of, you know, of music for a long time, and, you know, they still are. You know, pretty much if you have a band and you're going to release a song, you really need a really good quality video to release with that song.
Yeah, no, I agree.
All right, Josh. Well, I'd like to tell everybody real quick. The way I know Josh is that he actually was kind enough to jam with me. I'm telling you, this guy is absolutely one of the best drummers in Dallas Fort Worth. Hey, what about your videos? Are your videos back on your YouTube channel?
So I'm planning on putting them back up. I kind of had to take a break from just the whole social media thing. So they're not up right now, but they are. Some of them are on my Facebook, and then my TikTok and my Instagram and all that is still active. But yeah, I'm gonna be putting them back on YouTube.
All right.
Pretty soon.
Well, do you have any new music that you want to tell us about?
At the moment, not really. I mean, I'm not doing anything full time as far as like a project. I've actually been teaching a lot and just picking up gigs here and there, playing whatever gigs I can get.
That's what this is about. You know that because I've already told you, but I'm going to tell you again because we're on this platform currently. Say hi to Dave Jarvis real quick.
Hello.
What's up?
How you doing?
Hello, Dave Jarvis. Good to have you, brother.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Hey, this is Josh Inge, the kid I was. Hey, Josh, what is the proper way to pronounce your last name?
It's Inge, like an engine.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I've heard some people pronounce it differently though, and I've always said Inge, so I just wanted to clarify. So, Dave, this is the guy. For the record, Josh, Dave Jarvis plays in a band called Dank, and
we played with Dank one time.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
and what was the name of that band? Against All Odds?
Yeah, so I don't play with them anymore, but a year ago I was still in the band. Oh yeah, we played at Six
Springs.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, y'all were great, man.
Yeah, that was a good show. Y'all were great. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, Josh is not only, a great drummer, but a great person. We jammed together almost a year, and he would come over to my house and spend the night sometimes, and we jammed 2 days in a row. And, it's really you, Josh, that's responsible for me barely being able to get into the studio. I'm not sure I would have been motivated to get into the studio, but that's what happened. Josh brought me right up to getting ready to record these songs. And then thankfully, Jim Wright, who is on the live chat here. Hello, bud. We're fixing to go to the chat here in just a minute. But yeah, Jim Wright came through for me, Josh. And how do you like the songs? Are you happy with the way that the Me and My Dead Friend songs turned out?
The only one I've heard is Tell You the Truth, and yeah, I thought it was cool, man. I really liked Kayla's solo too. That was good.
Well, that's Hard Candy Girl. So Tell You the Truth is the
what was it? Was it who played guitar on
Rick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I enjoyed that. Yeah, that was good.
Well, thank you. That's my way of saying thank you. And bro, I hope that you will come back on Outlaw Video TV. I'm not running you off, but I do want to be respectful to your time if you have shit to do. But I hope you'll anytime you have anything to talk about, whether it's the subject we're talking about or if you need to pick up some lessons, I'd be happy to tell people to give you a call for drum lessons. Any way I can help you, brother, I'm here for that.
I appreciate that, man.
Yep, and so is Dave Jarvis.
I appreciate all of y'all.
Damn right. That's what we do. Music. Hey, Josh, do you have a minute to go through a couple of these chats?
Yeah, sure.
Totally up to you, man. I can't read them unless I get real close to the phone and stuff. So I'm just going to click them and wait for them to show up on my monitor. So I'm going to kill my camera so people don't see me looking around. But Sweet used to open for Bob Senior. So William Zander's one of our regular live chat guys. He's always got great information. So there's a band called Sweet And Sweet was a great drummer. Their show was about drums. Really? Sweet? Sweet, man, I feel really bad when someone brings up a band I know all about. And William Zander is good at that. Tell me a Sweet song, Xander. You know what's coming to my mind is Ballroom Blitz. Who did Ballroom Blitz? It's a Ballroom Blitz. Okay, so anyway, Jim Wright, hey bud, and a hey bud right back to you. Jim, how you doing at the studio? Do you have any rooms available so we can give a shout out and get some people over there to fill up your rehearsal rooms? Do you have studio time available? Let us know, because we'll sure let everyone else know. They will make millions, no doubt. You're young, they will pay. Yeah, so that's Xander talking about Pantera there. So I'm going a little backwards. And he's saying, oh, yeah, people are going to pay. They'll make millions, no doubt. And so that's, that's another part of the whole concept is how how good does it make you feel to know that you're going to pay $1,000 to see Metallica for 2 nights, and they're literally going to be the highest grossing tour of 2023. I think it's kick-ass only because there's nothing you can do about it, right? Well, and so in that category, it's like, well, let's see, I'd like to change medicine. I mean, you can't change all this shit, so you can't stop Metallica from affecting the 2023 American economy, like they're like a death clock or something at this point. So their sound sucks. They play the Trower. Yeah, Xander is obviously like me. He knows a lot of this cool older shit. I'm gonna try to go through this real quick, make sure I'm not missing anyone. Okay, so yeah, we're all the way back to Integrity 101. What's the best song on Hardwired? We already got that. Sorry for dragging it down. That's one of the things with these live chats is they're good, but like I said, I had to kind of go back. Yeah, Ballroom Blitz. I got it. Yes. I love it. How about that, guys? Dave Jarvis, do you know who Sweet is?
I know that song. I remember it from Wayne's World.
Yeah, that's correct. I was just going to ask. I wonder if Ballroom Blitz was a Guitar Hero song.
I can see that. It's a wacky song.
It's a Ballroom Blitz. It's a very wacky song, but it's kick-ass still today. I played it for my grandson. I love it. Great song. I prefer the Sweet version of it.
Yeah, but the problem with that is the intro is the exact same as "I'm so excited," so
Just
it
can't
confuses
hide.
me. Yeah, so the drum roll just kind of it throws me off sometimes.
Yeah. Well, that's part of hearing music different than a lot of other people might hear music. I noticed that a lot. Like after, I don't want to say I learned music because I respect both of you guys and I'm so not on the same level with you. But I did teach myself music to a certain extent. And through the process of playing for hours every day and singing vocal regiments and all that stuff, I definitely had to I got to re-listen to music in a whole different way all over again. And you kind of start hearing the similarities, much better. And like Josh said earlier, you start hearing, oh, okay, this drummer is on a slightly different level than the other drummer and things like that.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like when the Rev from Avenged Sevenfold died, and they had to get old boy from Dream Theater. The drum style was noticeably different, and it made the band different.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much impossible there. That's pretty much impossible there. So that's a good way to bring it back around to the Pantera side of this Metallica show, is that you know, it's obviously not going to be Pantera, but you know, let me stop there for a second. It's obviously not going to be Pantera any more than Sammy Hagar was Van Halen. You know, it's just, there's no way you can replace someone like Daryl. There's no way you can replace someone like Vinnie Paul. But you certainly cannot replace a guitar player like Daryl or Randy Rhoads or Eddie Van Halen. And apparently you can't replace a David Lee Roth either. You know, I'm not, you know, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You know, I know there's a division, but, you know, hey, how about that? How about you guys? What is your preference, Sam Hagar or David Lee Roth Hagar?
I'll say David Lee Roth.
That's very interesting. And, you know, it's kind of what I expect out of you, though, Josh. How about you, Dave Jarvis? You get a dog in that hunt?
I like David Lee Roth Van Halen, but I like Sammy Hagar solo way better than David Lee Roth solo.
Hey, that's good.
Hey.
That's a good, yeah. I was trying to find some way to give Sammy some love, but yeah, I agree with that.
Hey, I don't mind giving Sammy love. I love Sam Hagar. I mean,
yeah, I do too. I just think with Van Halen,
I meant to say Van Hagar. I love the Sammy Hagar version of Van Halen. I'm not knocking, you know, that version of Van Halen. I'm a huge Van Halen. Like, I love Van Halen's guitar playing so much that I listen to every fucking record he ever recorded, right? I listened to the 3 record with Gary Cherone, and I love it, okay? So I love everything Eddie Van Halen, hands down. But I just have a preference for David Lee Roth, and it's a big preference over the Sammy Hagar era. I think we all kind of feel that way, and it's okay.
Now wait, you said you love all Eddie Van Halen stuff, so you love the Twister soundtrack.
Ooh, listen to him go. Man, I would like to tell me, what is that?
Twister with Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt about tornadoes back in '96. Eddie Van Halen.
See, I was wondering if you're okay. Yeah, so is there one song? Or what's up?
He did the soundtrack, the non-diegetic soundtrack. You know, the mood stuff with the cool guitar effects.
Wow. Look at you go, Dave Jarvis, delivering the goods. How about you, Xander? You're in the live chat. How about you, Jim Wright? Anybody aware of the fact that Eddie Van Halen did soundtrack music for the movie Twister? I think somewhere back in the recesses of my mind, Dave Jarvis, I'm aware of it. So I had to have, like, checked into it, but I don't know why. I couldn't really tell you a damn thing about it.
Van Hagar did this song called Humans Being, and it was on that soundtrack, and that was actually the last Van Hagar recording before they broke up.
Okay. Very interesting, man. I will definitely check that out.
It's a good song.
And for the record, how about Gary Cherone? Anybody want to give that version of Van Halen some love?
It was what it was. You know, he tried his best. You know, it's like when Favre became a Viking. You know, it wasn't as good as Green Bay, but it was still solid.
It's still Eddie Van Halen. That's part of the deal. It's still Eddie Van Halen, and you know, I don't know. I guess the best way I don't know how to sum up Gary Cherone's performance and singing is that I like it. And he doesn't do anything wrong. The guy can actually sing the parts and shit like that. But he does sound more Sammy Hagar-ish than he does anything else. So you have all of that.
Yeah. I mean, I forget the name, but whoever replaced Vince Neil, you know, he wasn't too good either. I'd say Gary.
He was an all-around different musician. I'm trying. His name will come to my head in a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, before we leave it though, I don't want to leave Sammy Hagar, dude, because I want to make sure that we wrap it up. And you really did saying that you like Sammy Hagar better than David Solo, but that would be a hard choice for me to make. Like, I experienced that. Like I remember when Edelman Smile came out and Steve Vai was, a madman. I saw both the Edelman Smile tour and the Sky. What's the second record? Damn it! I don't think it's Skyscraper. I think that's 3. But anyway, I saw both of the first 2 tours, and all of that. So I definitely love that David Lee Roth solo record era. Billy Sheehan, I was a big Talus fan and big Billy Sheehan fan before all of that. But my one of my first concert experiences was Sammy Hagar. I saw Sammy Hagar in 1979, dude, on the Trans Am tour.
Nice.
The I Can't Drive 55 tour. I saw that fucking tour, bro, with Pat Travers. So that was Tommy Aldridge on drums. I saw Pat Travers with Tommy Aldridge on drums and Sammy Hagar. And check this out. Openers, the Scorpions.
We are the Scorpions.
We love you, Dallas, Texas.
That's awesome.
Killer show. So I'm a huge Sammy Hagar fan. I'm a huge Montrose fan, and I would have a hard time choosing between those two. And I thought that was kind of interesting, in my thoughts, because it's hard for me to, get to that point where I can't really tell you a preference. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Alex Gomi. This is Alex Gomez. He is a multi-talented musician here in Fort Worth. I know him from Tim Platt and All That Is Beautiful. So, Alex, thank you for hopping on. And this is also my way of saying thank you to you too, Josh. And thank you to, look, StreamYard's telling me something. I better hop on here. They're going to ask me for a payment, it looks like. I don't know. Live viewer comment show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Tap on a comment. Wow, I've never had StreamYard join my live chat like that. Oh, okay. Just the whole thing started over. Sorry. All right, so let me hop down here real quick and finish with Alex. Alex, hello, man. Hop in the live chat. Say hi. Tell us what you're up to. Are you making music? Are you performing anywhere? Because we'd like to know. And then there's this one here, David DeRonde, Sweet Shades. Oh, man, put those shades back on, bro. No, I take them off to read the live chat. And then Xander here, again, it helps me on especially these longer comments if I look at them on my monitor. And my television is my monitor. So saw Hagar before he was in Van Halen, but Hagar, and he had a show that changed the world, VDA, VOA, Voice of America. Is that what that was? Let's see. I can read that one. That one's shorter. Yeah, VOA tour. And then New Stevie Vai. New Stevie Vai. What? Is that what that says? New Stevie Vai. Give us more info, William Xander. Are you were you a fan of Frank Zappa? Because I know you're my age. You have to be by the music that you bring up. And I'm 57. So if you love or knew Vibe, then you maybe have some Zappa love there. Saw that he climbs the Raptors. Anybody know what that is? Climbing the Raptors? Then
I think he means climbing the rafters, like the stands.
Yeah. Great show. So, yeah, Sammy must have been climbing the rafters. All right, so here Gomi. Alex Gomi, I got to wait for this one to show up. Just doing solo studio work. Thanks for the shout out. Hope all is well. Brother, I will shout you out every time you come on the show. All you got to do is hop in the live chats and say hi. Give me your info. And me, Dave Jarvis, whoever's on the panel, not only will we shout it out, but we'll talk about it a little bit, especially if we know, you know, who you are, you have shows and all that shit. All right. Josh, thanks for your time, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. I was looking forward to this.
Hey, did you hear about that idea? I think Josh might have come up with this idea to do a GoFundMe to get Metallica tickets.
Well, guess what? They ain't worth it.
But would a GoFundMe be funny?
Hey, crazier things have been made. So you know what? More power to you. Wait, now, are you going for nosebleed or pit tickets?
Either. Yeah, you know, isn't that the way that GoFundMe works? Is where you can here. Let me hop back over here to this. There's $1,000 win, and so that's the V there. It's that one right there.
You would think $1,000 would give you decent seats. I mean,
Haha, you fool!
Like,
hey, look, man.
no, I look at the ticket prices; they're pretty bad.
If I'm gonna have to stay in my designated area, this is really the kind of package that's made for me. It's hard for me to sit in a seat and have someone come by with flashlights, making sure I'm sitting in my seat. Sorry, I didn't grow up that way. So, yeah, this is what I'm actually after. Here is this package, Dave Jarvis. For $7,272, that's all we have to raise. We have the Lux Eterna private platform experience. What do you think? Are you in it?
I better get some sucky for $7,200. Shit.
I think you do get some stuff. They will bring, like, the merch that you order. It looks like they'll bring it to you, and you don't have to wait in line. No,
not stuff. I want some sucky for $7,200.
Oh, some sucky. Is that on there? Is that what that means? A cooler loaded with, I think there's a subliminal message in there to you that they got you covered. I don't know. I'm just trying to put a positive spin on it. Hopefully Metallica won't suck. How about that?
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully their sound, I think their sound will be good. Like audio wise, because when I saw them at the Globe Life thing, their sound was kind of not great.
How much are Megadeth tickets?
Right.
It's a good question. How much are Kings of Thrash tickets? Let's keep going down the chain. Are you aware of Kings of Thrash? That's Dave Ellison's project.
Oh, no, for like.
Yeah, Dave Ellison
is
playing Megadeth. He's got his own Megadeth celebration going on. What he call it? He said that it's not oh man, I wish I had this. It didn't come to my head, but anyway, Dave Ellison has a group called Kings of Thrash, and they have already done shows, and they're going to be doing shows this year. And it includes Jeff Young, the guitarist that played on So Good, So Far So Good, So What, and then also Chris Poland, the original guitarist, Peace Cells, and the first record. I believe he's in the band full time now. Originally, he was only like part time, but you know, if it's Chris Poland, Jeff Young, Dave Ellison, that's a killer fucking band, dude.
You know who's playing drums?
So my point is that if we can't afford the Metallica tickets and can't afford the Megadeth, there's always Kings of Thrash, man.
Yeah, I like Dave Ellison. I like Dave Ellison. He's like the Jason Newsted of Megadeth.
That's a good comparison.
At least he's not the Cliff Burton of Megadeth.
Very sad. Now I'm sad on the inside.
Come on.
Okay, now I'm happy.
There you go. Yeah, so that's the deal, is that, man, I think it would be a pretty fucking funny thing. I think it's such a good idea that if I do it, Probably won't, because I'm a dreamer and I talk a lot of shit. But I bet you money that someone, not just like somebody, but someone in media, some radio station host, some shock jock, somebody is going to come up with this idea. Okay, we're going to have to put together a GoFundMe just to go see Metallica.
I think that because this tour is supposed to be like 2 years, right? It's supposed to be touring for 2 years now.
Yeah.
I think that this tour is going to break Metallica once and for all, and I think
My
that
back.
I think the next tour after that they're going to get a Cliff Burton hologram.
I'm for the Cliff Burton hologram. Now, the tour after that, they're going to get a James Hetfield hologram, and the tour after that.
Right, and he'll just do voiceover work like Brad Dourif for Chucky.
That's the next step in this evolution. Right now, it's how many people can we plug into this and still be Judas Priest, right? How many people can we plug into this and still be Kiss? Okay, now we can't do it ourselves personally. Can we just replace everybody and still be Kiss? Oh, wait. How about the hologram version of Kiss? That's it. That's where this is going. People will be going to Kiss concerts for eternity. Watch hologram Kiss.
Man, I hope that this tour doesn't break Metallica. I mean, they are my all-time favorite band, so
It's not. He's talking.
You never
shit,
know,
man. Dave Jarvis, they're doing this to do weekend tours. They're basically gonna, for 2 years, they're gonna play every Friday and Saturday, or most Fridays and Saturdays, I guess. But that's all it is, dude. They're going out for Friday and Saturday, and they're going home. They're not going out on the road.
Okay. I mean, I'm not talking shit. I was just being a little funny, just a little bit.
That's what I
remember. Yeah,
That
because
shit
I remember
got
I saw Metallica like 20 years ago, and they were amazing, but you could still tell that they were getting a little tired.
20 years ago.
wow.
Yeah.
Well, here's the good news. I don't know what happened on that Hardwire record and Hardwire tour, but I stand behind that. You can go watch shows from that Hardwire tour, and dude, it's really good. So I don't know personally that they really slacked off or really got all that tired, because I didn't go to those shows. I slacked off and got tired. I'll be the first to tell you, I fucking did everything Metallica, up to probably around the Black album, and it wasn't, my life was busy. A lot of things changed in my life. But man, I am very thankful for the Hardwired to Self-Destruct record. I think it's a great record. Their live performances are kick ass, the ones I've seen the videos of. So, if they can keep that energy going at the age of, what are we? I'm 57. So, they're all hitting 60.
Yeah. All right. Big question. So what would you think if this new Pantera came out with new material?
Oh,
I
man,
think the same thing.
that would be crazy.
I'm for it because I love music. So that's the answer. I don't care who you are. I don't care what's going on. Give it your best shot. Let's make some music. I want to hear good fucking music.
Man, I would be all for it. There's gonna be some people that's like, oh, you can't do that. It's not Pantera. But I'm like, yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I'd love to hear it.
Well, I think that's a pretty good consensus then. What about you, Dave Jarvis?
I'll give anything a chance.
Yeah.
So,
don't get me wrong. You're right, Josh. There are definitely people that'll totally rub the wrong way. But, hey, that's life. You're always going to be rubbing somebody.
Yeah. I mean, it can't be worse than the Damage Plan record.
What?
Oh, did I strike a nerve?
No, not. Hey, everybody, let's go to the comments and see if Dave Jarvis struck a nerve. Hey, Xander, since you're active and live in the comments, and let's ask you, are you a Pantera fan? What do you think about Pantera and this reunion with Zakk Wylde and Charlie Benante, or do you even have an opinion? And then here's Alex. Hey, Alex is a Pantera fan. You're a valid person to ask. What do you think? 2 questions, Alex, and everyone else in the live chat. Is Pantera reunion, celebration, tribute, good or bad? You for it, personally? And then the other question is new music, like Dave Jarvis just spoke of. If those 4 people were to get together and record new music, are you for that, yes or no? Zach writing it, I'm all for it. Well, see, he was already answering the question. There you go. So
I'll tell you what, if Terry Date were the producer of that album, I would have a much more positive expectation.
Did you say Terry Date?
Yeah. If Terry Date produced that album, I would have much higher hopes.
Well, it seems like that would be, what would happen. They seem to be at least trying to follow in those Pantera, ways and, trying to stay true to it. But time will tell. You might, like Zach, I heard him in an interview with that dude from Switzerland. I can't remember his name. But anyway, Zach was saying that, no, he wasn't planning on playing Dime's actual guitars. He was going to play his guitars that Dime gave him. So I just say that because a lot of people were thinking, oh, he's going to be playing Dime's guitar and through Dime's rig. And Zach literally said he didn't know the answer to that he knew that Grady was probably going to be part of it and that maybe something like that might happen, but he's just playing through his rig. So, but anyway, man, yeah, it would be cool if Terry Date were to produce it, if they were to record new music, and we're talking way out of bounds here, who gives a fuck type shit, But really, any producer that they chose to record it, it wouldn't have to be Terry Date. I'd be excited to hear it, but I don't mind telling you this, that and I just respect to Zakk Wylde, and this is where I piss people off more than anything at the end of the day, is, I don't have much of a filter. Guys enjoy it or don't. I don't really, Zakk Wylde does not register as my favorite guitarist, and not really all that close, My favorite guitarists are in this order, and it's hard to change any day, but it's Eddie Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, Dime. I go back and forth on that all the time, and then there's a whole slew of people like Tony Iommi, and that's good enough right there. I just want to get those top 3 out. I think it's fair to say, in all due respect, my favorite 3 guitarists are Daryl Abbott, Dime, Van Halen, and Randy Rhoads. So I don't really see, Zach would really have to pull some fucking more magic out of his ass to get something that, is really Pantera level recorded. Or, I'm sorry, Dimebag level recorded. I'm not saying it's impossible, but here, I'll give a positive spin on it. Integrity 101 is on the panel. We're fixing to say hi to him. This is a great way of bringing him into the conversation. Hey, man, after Zach plays Dime's leads for a year, they do this shit for if they do a year-long tour, hell, man, maybe he'll have the ability. Maybe those areas of his abilities will change or improve, whatever word you want to insert there, so that a year after playing Pantera and Dime leads every end, he might actually be able to step up to that plate and contribute. Like Integrity 101, joining the Outlaw Video TV panel. Hello, Integrity.
How you doing, guys?
What's up?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. If you speak up just a little bit, always,
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm on board. I think everything's cool. I just,
101 is a metalhead. He's a big Pantera fan. Pretty much every time that I've had a show about Pantera, he's either been in my chats or on the panel. He's got a great attitude about the whole thing. I appreciate you, Integrity.
right back at you.
So what do you think about new? I know we've probably talked about this already, but what do you think about new music?
I think it's cool if the guys write new music. I don't think it's cool if they release it as Pantera music.
Okay, so there you go. Hey, Integrity hasn't had a line really. He's been very positive about this reform or this, version of Pantera, the celebration. So that's the first time I've heard you, have a line.
Well, I think that's one step too far. I mean, just call it a new band. Yeah. But hey, we're all adults. They can do whatever they want to do. I just, as a diehard fan,
it's that
reinventing the steel. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Integrity. It's the business. You know the answer. It's the business.
Oh, right. Absolutely. I mean, who am I to say they can't release music and do whatever? They can. I would
not going to, or if they are, they're going to do what they're going to do. Nothing we say is going to change that.
Agreed.
So the only real question is the music. Another question, I guess, is what they call it. Yeah, I think it would be cool to call it featuring Charlie or, anything to separate it. And, here's the thing, Integrity, is that might be the proper business decision also. It might make better business even to do that.
What, to release a Pantera record, you mean?
No. If those four people were to write and record new music, it might even make better business sense to call it something other than, Pantera. In other words, Zach and Charlie, they might have something to say about that.
Right, yeah.
That's my point. If you record new music as Pantera, how much money do they lose?
Right.
So, it's going to be a business decision, and I am totally talking smack. I mean, I'm in La La Land, Dream World. What's that new movie? Wonder World? Is that what it's called? Wonderland?
Something like that.
New movie with Jason Momoa. But anyway, yeah, it just might turn out that it makes better business sense to change, to have a new name. Rick, you remember when we saw that Pantera tribute and Vinnie Paul was there with us? Then he hopped on stage and jumped to Cowboys from Hell. Anything Pantera, I'm in as long as it's pure. Brother, thank you so much, Alex, because I have to be honest, I don't remember Alex being there with me that night. Obviously, I was pretty zoned in. I was, we were having a good time. But, what I remember most about that night is exactly what Alex just said, because I don't have tons and tons of great memories with Vinnie Paul. And especially after, Pantera became who they are. I just don't have tons of experiences with Vinnie Paul. But it is true. And, I like to tell the stories, but when I do, I feel like I'm just, tooting my own horn, But so thank you, Alex, for bringing it up. Vinnie Paul had gone to the restroom, and this was at the over on Berry in Fort Worth, and the band playing was Cowboys from El Paso, a Pantera tribute band. And so Vinnie Paul, remember, he's got an entourage, just security alone, believe it or not. And so it was packed, but he still could have gone around the crowd. But I definitely saw him coming right through the crowd. And me and Alex were right at the front of the stage, right? And so he plowed through the crowd and came directly to me and gave me a fucking huge hug. And it was beautiful. I thank him, man. Thank you so much for that. And thank you, Alex, for reminding me and giving me an opportunity to share that story. So then after that, he played with the band, and he said that that was as fun as playing with Pantera to him. I mean, he really had a good time that night. So Alex, has to be the love of music, not just selling Pantera for profit. Well, I'm just going to give them the benefit of a doubt. Give everybody that benefit of a doubt, but you got to give people the benefit of a doubt that they're doing it for the love of music. But brother, how about this? Integrity and Dave Jarvis. I mean, where is the line between the love of music and business as an artist?
I think that would be Creedence Clearwater Revisited.
All right. You have some insight on that? Did Creedence Clearwater revisit Dave Jarvis?
Yeah, because they went, they continued on playing CCR songs just without John Fogerty. But it was still those old songs, and they still sounded like CCR. But the audience, they knew they weren't seeing the real thing.
Yeah.
But honestly, they played fantastic. So, honestly, if this new Pantera just plays really well, the audience won't give a fuck. They'll be like, "Oh, this is awesome. I feel like I did when I first heard these songs."
And is there any doubt that they're going to play really well?
No, not at all. I mean, if they're going on tour with Metallica, they've got to bring that shit. You can't half-ass. Yeah, you can't half-ass an opening spot for Metallica.
You can't half-ass Pantera.
Yeah, exactly.
Half-ass Pantera. So I agree with you 100%. You can't half-ass opening for Metallica, but you can't half-ass being Pantera. It's just not going to happen. And
I remember seeing a Drowning Pool one time, and they played Cowboys from Hell, the song, and the singer forgot the words, and CJ could not play that solo, and the crowd turned on them, and they were in town.
Wow.
So yeah, you got to bring that shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Thanks for bringing it as an example. It's not the first time I've heard that. And, I saw Drowning Pool, I think one time, and that was at a video shoot. I participated in a video shoot with Drowning Pool. But I've heard that they've kind of slacked off on performances before. But it's the same kind of thing. I was never a huge Drowning Pool fan, and it's nothing. It's just that, like Josh said earlier, Josh Inge, the drummer on our panel here, he, the first song he heard one of through Guitar Hero was the song One from the record And Justice for All. And so some of the first music that he downloaded was And Justice for All. And because he experienced Metallica like that, at least to some degree, that's part of his enjoyment of how he remembers Metallica. And Justice for All is still one of his favorite records. So it has a lot to do with how you experience music as to how much you, continue to relate to it later in life.
Oh yeah. If you're in a bad place and you're listening to good music, you're gonna think that music is terrible just because of where you're at.
Well, if you've never heard it before, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. If I didn't listen to all my drinking buddies are still in jail, like 50 to 60 times now. I don't know that I would, remember it forever and like enjoy the song forever. And I still don't know that I will, but I expect that I will. And it has something to do with, not only the way that I experienced it, but the fact that I've dug into that one song. I can't wait to hear the whole record, by the way.
Well, it's available now. Just come to the next Tank Show.
There you go. Next show, do you have one scheduled?
Not currently, no.
Okay. I almost want to say good because I don't have it in my concert calendar. Hey, Integrity 101, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, brother.
Do you have a show there? You're in Philadelphia?
I am.
Do you have Metallica shows booked there yet?
We were looking today. I didn't want to do the. I'm not doing the 2 date. I think do you know what they're doing? They're doing weekends everywhere.
Yeah, go ahead, tell us.
Yeah, they're doing. I think they're doing like Fridays and Sundays all across the land.
Friday and Saturday.
I thought it was Friday and Sunday, but yeah, maybe
Is
you're
it
right.
really Friday and Sunday? Wow, that would be that'd make it more interesting.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I think
I don't know. I assumed it was Friday and Saturday. But anyway, go ahead. Yeah, can you buy single tickets? I thought you could only buy tickets for both shows.
Today you can only buy for both shows. I think single tickets is next month or something. So I'm waiting for that. I don't want to see. I don't need to see Metallica twice.
Well, but they're
I'm a Pantera guy. I'm all about Pantera.
They're going to play two total different sets.
Yeah, but the one with Pantera will be better.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I think you're right. So how about that? What are the odds that you see a significant difference in sales once they do make single tickets available or single shows available to the Pantera show?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah, well, I think there's, all of my friends are waiting on that too. So what about you, Josh Inge? You're our #1 Metallica fan of the panel currently. Do you have a preference? If you could just buy a single ticket, which show would you go see?
Are you talking about like one with Pantera and the one without? Because
Yeah, the other one is Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah, I'd go to the Pantera one for sure.
My man.
Well, that's why I'm kind of a little surprised to hear that they're doing single tickets. Integrity, I'm just like you. We're all in this together. I had no idea that they were putting out a fucking record, dude. I don't know everything, but I'm not, just sitting in the closet. Josh, did you know they were working on a new record and about to release it?
Not until Monday, 2 days ago.
Okay, so see, that's my point. We've all been kind of blindsided by this album release and this tour. And so I don't know that much about it. But I do feel strongly that if they divide this up and you can buy single tickets, yeah, you're probably going to see a significant drop-off on that show that's not Pantera.
I think the Pantera ones would sell out sooner or quicker, but Metallica can really sell all these out on their own, I think, anyway.
Yeah, okay, very good point. So, yeah, that's probably more like what you're looking at. The Pantera shows would sell out first. Yep, that's why it's good to have you here, Integrity. Man, I don't know everything. I just know enough. And then what about Mammoth? Dude, we hadn't even brought up fucking Mammoth. It's not just Pantera. Pantera and Eddie Van Halen Mammoth.
Oh.
Does that do anything for you, Integrity?
I don't know. I didn't even know. I don't know.
Anybody else?
Mammoth?
Dave Jarvis?
I have no opinion.
And Josh?
I don't really know who they are.
That's Wolfie. That's Wolf Van Halen. That's Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. And, it would be nostalgia for me. I have listened to a little bit of music, and I think it's pretty good, but it's kind of pretty good in the, Foo Fighters type of a sense. And I think that's intentionally. I think he kind of likes that whole style. So more power to him, but I'd love to see him just from a nostalgic, you know, and I'm sure it would gas. It's not like Mammoth is going to suck or something. It just wouldn't be anything like seeing Metallica Pantera.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I'm not much of a referring to the other show. I'm not really into Five Finger Death Punch. I used to be before
All the covers?
before what?
Before all the cover songs that they do?
Yeah, that was annoying. But
Did they
man,
do the
I hate
sound
to
of
talk trash.
silence? Is that them?
Do what?
Did they do the sound of silence? Is that them?
I think
No,
so.
that's Disturbed.
Oh
No,
yeah.
they do like Blue on Black and Bad Company and Gone Away by Offspring. And it's like all their singles are other people's songs now. As
Well, my problem with them is like I enjoyed them a little bit when I was in high school, but their albums, their songs started to sound just the same thing over and over again. Like it's like they had this formula and they didn't go outside of it at all. It's like all their music started to sound the same. So I'm like, you know what? And they got like more poppy, and I hate to be a trash talker, but I just
oh no, you are absolutely correct. The first two albums were amazing, and after that, yeah, it was just disappointment.
Perfect. Way to
they have a lot of talent too, you know. That's just I don't know.
No, that's why I'm talking to you about it, because I'm not a fan of Five. I'd be like, I saw them live at Mayhem Fest when I was interviewing all bands and stuff. But I'm not a fan. You know, I'm not gonna pretend to be a fan. Like I don't put on Five Finger Death Punch anything. And I'm okay with it. It's okay. I just didn't experience it, you know.
Yeah, I saw them at like a Freakers Ball with like Puddle of Mud in like 2006, and they weren't even mentioned on the bill because no one knew who they were. But they were fucking incredible. And then they came back like 5 years later, and they were so boring. Oh my god!
Wow, that's crazy.
They had like pre-programmed guitar licks, pre-programmed blast beats. You know, like glaringly obvious. And I don't like that. I play live. I want you to play live. You know, if I wanted to hear the record, I'd stay home. I want to see what you can do, you know, face to face. That's why I love System of a Down. They never had pre-programmed anything. They played straight up live shit, and you heard the fuck ups, but you appreciate it because you realize they're real musicians.
Right, it's got to be real.
Well, I'll quote mine. You know, it's the clunkers, you know, the clanks, it's the misfires, you know, that make the good shit sound good. And music involves that contrast. The little clanks and the little mistakes that happen naturally, you know, are just almost as important as everything else.
Yep.
Yeah, they call them fuck ups, but that's the good shit, really. That's what David Bowie said. You know, you hear the nicks and farts of somebody fucking up, and you appreciate that more than like the most perfectly played instrument. You know.
Well, then I agree. Yeah, but like what Dime would say that, you know, it like the good shit needs that contrast of the fuck ups. It's like you can't appreciate the sunshine as much until you've had the rain. You know, the fuck ups make you appreciate the good shit more.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like on their last tour, they played Floods for the first time in years, and he fucked up the solo. And I was like, yes, that is a real person playing that.
Now that's interesting. Floods. So Five Finger Death Punch has the song Floods?
No, Pantera.
Okay, and so you were talking about the Illegals then?
No, back in 2001.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when they were on tour with Static X.
Great.
Soulfly and Static X.
Go ahead, Integrity.
It was Soulfly and Static X.
Okay, yeah, and that's the show you saw, right?
Yeah.
That's the show he's talking about.
Yep.
But did you see that show, Integrity?
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Now, have you seen any other Pantera shows, or was that only one?
Me, I saw him 3 times.
Okay, cool, kick ass. I had it in my head that you saw him once there. So did you see him 3 times in Philly?
Yep.
Kick ass. And you remember the tours?
Yeah, it was all for Steel. It was Ozfest, and then the Real Steel tour with Soulfly, then the Extreme Steel tour with Slayer.
Dude, those are the 3 concerts I went to. Hell yeah.
Yeah, they were great. You know, the Extreme Steel tour was my favorite one. I mean, it was the final one. So when I hear people talking about like, oh, you know, Phil was this and Phil was that, I'm like, the show was awesome. I don't know what these people saw.
Right.
I don't know. And half of these shows are still up on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't, say that I know of bad Pantera performances, so I don't either.
Well, you know what? We're only about 48 hours away from the Pantera debut in 2022. They're playing Friday night, I believe.
Oh, really? This Friday?
Friday's the first show.
And
that's America, cool.
The country or town.
Oh, I forget. Oh, I think it might be Mexico. I think is it the Mexico Hell in Heaven Fest, something like that? I think it's Mexico, but I could be wrong.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
If I'd have been a better host, I would have had the graphics for that so I could share that with you tonight. But that's kick-ass. Here's some heavy metal headbang motherfuckers to Phil, Rex, Zach, and Charlie, and all our headbang friends in Mexico. Man, I hope that show is fucking killer. Something tells me they might be working out some kinks, though.
They'll be fine.
Let me see.
They just rehearsed for the first time last week.
No way.
Yes, way.
That's crazy.
Zach, Black Label Society, just did the Kiss Cruise Tour. So they were doing, offshoot shows and stuff, and he had commitments, but now they're all done. So he's official, obviously they're officially together rehearsing and, going to be playing this Friday. But I unless I'm incorrect, I intentionally watched some of the most recent interviews with Zach to try to figure this kind of stuff out, because I was really kind of concerned. I'm like, dude, you got a lot of wood chopping to do, brother. And so I don't know, man. I think it's pretty inevitable that he's going to they're all going to need a couple or a few shows, and hopefully that's all it takes to work out the kinks.
Well, I think Charlie's been there since September, he said in an interview. I think it's Zach that showed up a little late. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying. They may have rehearsed together before last week. But I know that Zach wasn't all in committed, everyday rehearsal until last week. So, is that concerning to anyone, or, am I off? Does anybody know that there's been a hell of a lot more rehearsal there?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
Well, I did see a couple of Charlie Donate.
I do know that there are many musicians that you just have to give them sheet music and they're good to go. So maybe Zach is like that.
No, he did say that he had been working on songs. So he's been working on them on his own. And he told that dude, this guy that I can't remember his name, he's over in Europe somewhere. And I feel bad because I meant to take the time to make a copy of one of his videos so I could talk about him and have his name here, because he has one of those European names. But he actually travels around. Like he's got a big YouTube channel. He has Dime guitars. He came here to Dime House. He did a tour of Dime's guitars with Grady Champion. Now I'm talking to Grady champion. Yeah, champion is Brady's last name, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, Zach literally told him this guy's also a guitar player and an instructor, and so he has how to play Pantera songs. So Zach was literally telling him in the interview that, yeah, keep making those videos, brother, because they're helpful. So Zach is learning some of the shit from this guy's videos.
Zach Wild is learning guitar off of YouTube. That's good.
I kid you fucking not, dude. I kid you not. You just go over there and watch the interview.
It's a wacky world we live in, Rick.
So, now having said all of that schmack, I do fully believe that, after a few shows working through the kinks, man, I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be a fucking powerhouse. And so, the show, first few shows should damn sure be good enough. And, just the atmosphere alone. Can you imagine how crazy those fucking people are going to be in Mexico this weekend?
Oh, yeah. It's going to look like fucking Brazil.
Yeah. So,
if I can jump, I'll tell you what I'm curious about. What are they going to do? For Pantera's set, what are they going to do that's special and honoring of the Abbotts? Because Sterling Winfield, Pantera producer, says he was kind of taken aback by how wonderful how they're going about the whole thing. He was surprised they're doing it so respectfully and honorably. So I'm curious what they have planned. Is it an opening video? Is it, I don't know.
Yeah. That's very interesting. It would make sense that they would have some kind of video montage. You have a lot of opportunity for graphics and, entertainment on the screens and things like that. So from that standpoint alone, it makes sense that they would have something nice like that put together. It sure does.
Yeah, I've got here. I pulled up the quote. So it says Sterling Winfield said he went to rehearsal and he said, "I wasn't prepared for how classy, thoughtful, and honorable it was presented to me and the other fine folks in attendance." So I'm just curious. I wonder what they're going to do.
I wonder if they're going to.
I don't know, but I'm interested. That's for sure.
I wonder if they're going to bust out "In This River," the Black Label Society song.
Oh man,
I doubt they do that because Zach does it all the time anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of Zach's real thing, but it might make it special.
But hey, maybe
do it for Dime on the stage, Pantera stage. Who knows?
Wouldn't surprise me if they did a medley. I don't think they would do the whole song.
I'm with you, Integrity. I think they probably wouldn't do that. Yeah, they'd have to drag out a piano and all that shit too. So I just don't think it's gonna happen.
They'll use a hologram piano.
There you go. Hey, maybe it's a hologram Dime.
Oh God, they know better than that. Holy shit, they would get killed. Yeah. That would be terrible.
I don't want to see that, man. I really don't want to see that.
I don't know. Do you not want to see hologram Tupac?
That is a completely different beast altogether.
Because he's alone, he's solo.
It's a different kind of music, a different vibe, and you can't hologram a person that plays an instrument. That's just wax sauce.
Get you some wax sauce.
It's soulless.
Back hologram here.
Music is all about passion. When you start doing the hologram thing, it's just soulless noise to me. I don't know. It's just not the same.
I just thought I'd mention it because we were talking about it earlier. So yeah, I guess we'll find out this weekend. Just imagine whoever gets those videos online this Friday of this show in Mexico. I mean, everybody in the fucking world's gonna be watching those videos.
Yeah, and everybody's gonna be pulling out their cell phones. So I'm wondering if they're gonna throw something up on YouTube a little more official, or who knows?
Well, I hope so. Did you see what King Diamond did?
No.
Yeah, I
Did he
hope they
just live
noticed
stream?
what King Diamond did and said, "Hey, you know what? That's okay. That's what we're gonna do." You know. But basically, King Diamond had his manager, like he had his staff photographer, you know, with an iPhone or an iPad. But just go, what, dude? You know, she would be backstage and it'd be different night, you know, but you know, she'd be talking to King Diamond, he'd be talking to her, you know, whatever. She'd be, you could see King Diamond talking to someone else and walking up to the stage, and then she would walk out to the front of the stage and they start the show, you know, and then after the show or even during the show, like she talks to some fans and things, or just shows fans, and then after the show, she goes backstage again, and they, I mean, without the show, the Merciful Fate show being total, complete, top notch, like some of the shows I've missed, I never saw Queen. And that killed me that I didn't see the Queen Killers tour. You know what? I am almost just as fucking pissed off that I didn't see this Merciful Fate tour. It's that good. So if you can put together a real fucking show like what we expect Pantera to do, and have someone, you know, that they're in control of with quality video, quality audio, recording those shows, and just a little bit of behind the scenes shit every night, post that shit on. I mean, I know Pantera is a gazillion times bigger than Merciful Fate. So from a business perspective, maybe not. But I think it'd be kick-ass if they did that. What do you think? Would you like to see someone that was with the Pantera crew doing a quality live video of the shows every night?
Yeah, I'd watch it.
Yeah, sure. What the hell?
Johnny Yarborough, I want to give a shout out to our live chat. Johnny Yarborough, also known as Gay Sloth. Good to have you in the live chat. Johnny Yarborough, thank you for joining us, brother. Yeah, so that's it. Let me just ask you, any of you guys seen the Merciful Fate videos?
No, I haven't.
No, sir.
Integrity, are you a fan of Merciful Fate?
No, not really. I try to get in. It's King Diamond. I don't know the voice.
Yeah, well, it's the voice and the music. You know, it's one of those things. The voice at times does, you know, it's obviously has a certain appeal to it. My thing is that's why I say Merciful Fate. I was a bigger Merciful Fate fan than I was a King Diamond fan. I liked the music of Abigail and everything, but I'm just not a big storyteller of ghostly things, and it was kind of hard for me to follow and all of that. And keep in mind that, you know, I like literally had the first Merciful Fate EP, Nuns Have No Fun. I had the first Merciful Fate record the day it came out. You know, I mean, I actually really listened to that shit. And back then, it was, you know, not only very good music, but the vocals were still kind of fresh because they were different. And I think that his vocals fit the heaviness of Merciful Fate like really well. So that's it. I think that Merciful Fate, dude, they got some great songs. If anybody wants to see some good jams, go check out Merciful Fate. They did some killer live shows. And I would love to see Pantera and other bands do the same type of shit, but I don't know if it's good business sense. Do you think that would be business sense for Pantera?
Well, what was the question?
Do you think it would be good for Pantera to be in control of making sure that someone they know is getting quality footage of every show or a lot of them and posting them on the Pantera YouTube channel?
Yeah, I think that would be the way to do it, honestly.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, it's good advertisement for the show.
Yeah.
The whole tour, the whole everything. I mean, I know this for sure. I don't know about all that and they'll do that, but I know this for sure. Whoever's quality footage of this show in Mexico, they're going to have 1 million views by Monday morning.
Yeah.
That I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, gentlemen, I got a call tonight, but it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Always, Dave
Yeah,
Jarvis.
Later, man.
Take it easy, y'all.
See you next time, Dave. Stay in touch, brother. Try best. All right. Well, you guys got anything else on the Metallica show?
Well, I was going to ask you guys, are you guys Down fans, Phil?
Down, kinda. Yeah. I mean, I'm not the biggest Down fan. I'm not gonna bullshit you, but yeah, I like.
I haven't really given them a fair shot. Like I haven't really dove into their discography or anything, so I don't know.
Oh man, really? Dude, just check out the first album someday. NOLA. Just start at the first album. I mean, almost everybody loves it.
I've heard some people say, I mean, this is just what some people say, but some people like it more than Pantera. I mean, everybody's got their.
Oh, sure. I mean, they're a legendary band in their own right. I mean, they've made their own legacy. But see, I was just bringing them up because to me, when people talk about new Pantera music, Phil and Rex, as a huge Pantera Down fan, when I think about Philip and Rex writing new music, well, Down, Rex could just rejoin Down. I don't know if you guys know, Rex Brown was in Down for years. He's not in the band now, but I'd like to see them have a true reunion, maybe off the momentum of this Pantera thing. And
then what you're saying is that Down actually toured just recently. And you know,
they didn't do a big tour. They did a few shows.
Yeah, I don't know if they toured. They definitely did shows because they played here.
Right.
And that was 6 months ago or something. I mean, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, a few months back.
It was after the Illegals tour of the Pantera covers.
Right. Yeah, I'm just saying I'm as a huge fan of, I guess, Philip and Rex and all that, just, you know, which that comes with being a Pantera fan. I'm hoping I get news one day that Rex Brown is officially back in Down, and Down is going to put out a new record.
Yeah, well, that's a little. On that note, you know, how long do you think this Pantera celebration is going to run? Integrity. I mean, do you know?
Well, if you look at the Metallica dates, they have dates confirmed for 2024
with Pantera.
Yep.
Yeah. Crazy.
So
man.
I think they're gonna ride the wave.
I think it's odds are you might get a Pantera, you know, recording before you're gonna get a Down recording.
Yeah, I don't really want to.
Well, I'm not trying to, you know, piss on your parade or anything, man. I'm just trying, you know, that's one of the things is I just no filter, try to be realistic. I mean, it doesn't look like Down or the Illegals. See, I know Joey Blue and the Illegals and things. It doesn't look like any of those bands are going to be doing anything for a couple of years.
Oh no, that's fine. You know, every band has their time. You know, when you're a musician with multiple bands, it's just the way it is.
Yeah, but I get your point that if Rex and Phil are going to record, your preference would be to record some more Down.
Yeah, record with the band that you can reunite, and you can, you know, they've got their own. Like I said, they carved their own legacy.
Oh, for sure.
It'll be a nice little injection in the Down camp if they got Rex Brown back and put out a proper album.
Yeah. No, for sure. No, I like it, dude. Like I like some Down. You know, I don't know. I just like to be honest. I mean, it's not like I put it on and listen to it every day. And that's what I ask people when people you know say, "Hey, I really love this band. They're my favorite." Whatever. What song you know, what records you listen to today? What music are you listening to? That's kind of how I determine, you know, what I like. And, you know, I don't know. I just really, for whatever, I mean, it has something to do with just the way I experienced it. I was doing other things when the Down records came out, and I had to kind of go back and listen to them. So, maybe it's part of that, the way that I experienced Down.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. So one thing's for sure, I don't have any shame in it. I know it's good music, and I know some people like it a lot. But, for whatever reason, I don't know. I listen to a band called Walls of Sound, and every day I listen to that Walls of Sound. I like it more. I fucking love that. It's called Walls of Sound. It's a guy named Greg Walls on guitar, and he used to be the original guitarist for Anthrax. He wrote all the songs, or the majority of the songs, for Fistful of Metal. And they ran into problems in the studio getting it recorded, and he had to go to college. So that's what happened. He didn't get it recorded, or they just didn't get it recorded in time. So they got Dan Spitz, and that's the story. So anyway, he's got a EP called Walls of Sound. And I actually listen to that every day. Now, as I say that, if you listen to it, or Down fans listen to it, they might go, what's he talking about? That's good, but I mean, it's not on the level Down. Well, I don't know. It's the way I experienced it. I don't mind telling you that. I found it when it came out, and I've been listening to it, and I fucking love it. So
that's cool. I'll have to check it out. I remember you telling me about Greg last time and the Anthrax thing, and I think I listened to a song, but I don't remember it now.
Dude, his guitar tone is sick. I'm not kidding you, dude. When I record more, and that's the kind of tone that I would be after if I were a fucking guitarist. Dude, he's got amazing tone, dude. I mean, he's a one-of-a-kind guitar player. And I'm not trying to say that he's Randy Rhoads or Dimebag. He's just an amazing fucking guitar player. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I love when I find new music, that I just fucking love. And so I get it, man. If I just happened to come across Down and was listening to it and fucking loved it, this is the way it be.
Yep.
Well, I want to thank you both for joining me tonight, man. Especially Josh. Hey, Integrity, this kid right here on the screen is one of the best drummers in Dallas-Fort Worth right there. I don't know what the hell he's doing, regrouping, gathering himself. I don't know. I'm just so thrilled to see, man, because he was a lot of, wind under my wings, if you will. I've been through a lot of personal shit, and this guy, who's a fucking phenomenal drummer, would come over here and jam with me and play my songs, and kind of, turn my thought process around that, okay, hell, I can get some songs recorded after all. I've got a lot of songs that I've written already, and I play all the way through and sing, and they're all very important to me. So, Josh, I'll never be able to thank you enough, man. Please come on often if you have something to, share and promote, especially.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Thank you.
And so same thing with you, Integrity. Thank you for delivering the goods, dude. Once again, you have, brought the goods and contributed to the show here at Outlaw Video TV.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And for the record, I don't plan on, doing Metallica and Pantera shows, all the time. The number one reason I'm doing this show is to promote local music. But, hell, we all listen to this music, and it's definitely in the news and trending today. So that's why I wanted to do this show this week. If something else happens next month, I'm sure we'll talk about it. We'll talk about the shows and things like that. Hopefully I can get my screen control. Like if I can get one of my friends like Jim Wright or Dan McNew to come on and operate screen for me, we can listen to some of those live shows and things like that, together and stop and comment on it. Hey, what'd you think of that Zach performance there? But other than the obvious things like that, I don't plan on having another, Metallica show until, maybe when we get closer to the date. They're playing August here in Arlington. It's August. Give me a second for it to pop up. August 18th and 20th. And if y'all know that, that's Dime's birthday.
18th or 20th?
The 20th. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. I just noticed that I've been busy all day. So that's going to be a real special show. Does that make the 20th the Pantera show? Okay, yeah. 18th and 20th is Pantera. 9 and 11. So 18 and 20, that would have to be, I'm a little confused. That would be, yeah, the way that I cut up the graphic, y'all. I apologize. I'm walking my way through this or stumbling.
Pantera is the 18th. Pantera is night 1. And then Death Punch is night 2 on the 20th.
So by this, it would be Pantera's the 18th and Death Punch is the 20th. So maybe they want the 20th to be open for them to get drunk and fall down or something. I don't know. But that is Don's birthday. And my birthday is August the 28th. So, yeah, that would be a badass show to be at for sure. All right. So, again, it's really appreciate y'all joining me tonight for this Metallica show. What I need to do, because I've got to piss. I got to use the restroom, guys. So, I still have the concert calendar to go through. And if I just go through it myself, it's going to take me about 10 minutes because I don't really have that much, but I do have some kick-ass shows that I'm excited to share with everybody. So stay tuned for that. And I want to extend my invitation to you both. If you want to stay and go through the concert calendar with me, you're more than welcome to. I love you making yourself at home here. But if you need to go, guys, this is a good time. What I'm about to do is play my song called Hard Candy Girl. And I'm going to come back and go through the concert calendar.
Cool.
So Josh, you want to hang out and go through the concert calendar with me?
I better get going. I do want to hear the song, though.
I knew you did, brother. I knew you did. And then what about you, Integrity?
I'm going to get out of here and get some sleep.
Dude, you
Thanks
guys
a lot for having me on. I appreciate it. Good talking to you. Good talking to you, Josh.
Yes, sir.
And, finish out strong.
Yeah, man. Hope to see you again soon, Integrity. Thank you, brother.
Later, bro.
Hey, so
take it
coming
easy, man.
up, this is me and my dead friends, absolutely, totally, and completely inspired by this panel right here, Josh Ings, because without him, I honestly don't know if I would have made it to the studio. I don't know what would have happened. I just don't know, Josh. Who knows? But you did. You very much have been good to me. And then I had to give credit where credit's due. Jim Wright, these songs would not have been recorded without him either. And then we're all very fortunate because this is the song that features Kayla Kent. Kayla Kent is a YouTube phenom. What do you know about Kayla Kent, Josh?
Not a lot. I mean, I've watched some of her videos.
You have? Cool.
Yeah, not much, but yeah, she seems she's good. She's really good.
She puts them out like once every week or two, and she's got some really cool videos. Like she has one of the best videos about Dime himself and his teaching techniques with Dime, in videos. So I mean, she really has some cool shit over there, everybody. But she was written up in Guitar World and all the magazines and featured as a tribute player of Daryl Abbott's leads. So I knocked on her door, just like I did Dime's. And this was after me and Josh had been jamming. We're going to be going into the studio. And I just asked her, we talked and she knew who I was. And she's just awesome like that. And she was kind to contribute this amazing lead guitar work to this song we're going to play right now called Hard Candy Girl.
Where's the hard candy girl? The kind that you suck on. Show me down your aisle. How many licks does it take to get to the middle? How many licks does it take? How many licks does it take to get to the middle? How many licks does it take? Yummy cherry pie. Sweet child, you could be mine. Cream and cherry on top. Running down my face, don't you say. Running down my face. Running down my face, don't you say. Running down my face. Get your hard candy, pull it in your mouth, suck on it real hard. Hear me scream and shout my heart. Hear me scream and shout. Hear me scream and shout my heart. Hear me scream and shout. Where's the hard candy girl?
Nice.
How about it, Josh? Thank you so much for staying and listening.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, it was great.
Dude, I barely made it to the bathroom and back. Whew, my back teeth were floating. Yeah, man. Thank you, dude. You totally brought, to the show tonight, man. Like, I knew that Guitar Hero was a big player, but man, you just make it real, I mean, that's one thing that you brought tonight out of many. So thank you very much, man. You were a great guest this evening.
Yeah, man. Thanks for sending me the link. This was fun.
Okay, well, watch out, man. When you say that, man, I might send you another link next week.
Yeah, dude.
I'm just playing. I try to come up with something creative so that we have something to discuss other than the concert calendar,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really don't mind just sitting here and shooting the shit, right? But I like to have something, like a topic of discussion to, kind of have something to talk about other than the concert calendar. So that's how it works. And, that's just for now. I will be doing interviews with, bigger bands and touring bands and even local bands and things like that. I really just have gone after it really hard because I'm making this on my phone. So as soon as I get my computer, whenever that is, and can upgrade my studio and make my audio as, professional as possible, then I'm going to go for it hard, man. I'm going to really try to, I'm not expecting at all that I could get Rex Brown. I don't expect it at all. But,
You never know.
I don't count it out. I'm not about to count it out. And I will definitely ask him and see what happens. But he's not the only one. I mean, I've actually talked to some people that I don't want to mention yet because I'm kind of saving it. So all of this is very important, though, to get to that next level, So I'm just committed to doing this every Wednesday night, and I can't thank you enough for being a part of my life. Once again, Josh Inge. Hey, didn't you play for that Megadeth cover band?
Yeah. That was fun. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah, they're called Symphony of Death, and I think they're still hitting it. As far as I know.
So is like Nick Menza your nickname?
Huh. I doubt it.
Yeah, man. I think they did a show recently, or they have a show coming up. So I think they are making a go of it.
Yeah, I have to go see him. I've actually been meaning to go see Against All Odds, actually, my other old band.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just kind of fun to.
Well, dude,
I haven't even gone and seen any local.
See you, man, because you're a great person, man. It's fucking really good to see you happy, and it's good to see you.
Thanks, man. Man, this was fun. I was glad to talk to you again.
All right, brother. Well, let's do it again. And I'm definitely going to go ahead and get into this concert calendar. So I'm going to tell you thank you and good night. And I'll see you next time, bro.
All right, man. Thanks again for having
me. Do you know how to leave?
Yeah, there's like an X on the bottom of my screen.
Okay. See, I didn't know if people see something like that or not. I have paneled on a couple of other shows, but I just couldn't really remember. And I just like to make sure that I'm being respectful. That's all. So give us a Metallica song. What are we going to listen to? What's your favorite 3 songs off of Hardwire to Self-Destruct?
Yeah, I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to say Atlas Rise, Moth in the Flame, and Spit Out the Bone.
Moth to the Flame. So there it is. Those 2 songs for sure. Moth to the Flame and Atlas Rise. 2 killer fucking songs. Stand behind it. And I am a guy that, as you know, Josh, only through my, long stories, that I saw Metallica twice on the Kill 'Em All tour. I saw them 3 times on the Ride the Lightning tour. I fucking love Metallica. And I'm telling you that Hardwired to Self-Destruct, some of that shit is fucking killer. And what I heard today, the Lux sounded fucking badass too, man. I can't wait to jam it again.
Yeah, it sounded very new wave of British heavy metal ish to me.
Yeah, and a kind of little more guitar-y, guitar-ish.
Yeah. So it definitely wasn't what I was expecting. You know what I mean? Like I was expecting something super like thrash, kind of like Hardwired. The song was very just like fast, thrashy. This was more. I mean, this was fast, but it was, like I said, it was more Motorhead inspired, more like new wave of British heavy metal than it was like thrash to me.
Yeah. Well,
but it was cool.
I like what I heard, man. I'm excited. I hope it's kick ass as I think it is. And I wish them the best, man. I hope that this is the biggest selling tour of 2023 and 2024. I hope it revives our economy.
That's the way to do it, man.
All right, brother. With that, thank you again, Josh. I'm going to go through this concert calendar. Do you know if Against All Odds has any shows coming up?
New Year's Eve.
They do have a New Year's Eve show. Where's that at?
I want to say O'Reilly's, but yeah, I haven't even seen them since I left the band, so I've been. Hopefully, they won't see this, so I can surprise them. maybe they will, and not be surprised.
Everybody's watching. Everybody's watching. It's one of these funny things where I contacted a friend the other day that I hadn't talked to in a couple of years. He's a very good friend of mine. He's always been very supportive. He's a musician, bass player. And he goes, oh, yeah, I've been watching your shows. And then, like my brother David, earlier tonight, he was in the live chat. I hadn't talked to him in a couple of years. And he's saying, I watched your shows. So they're watching. They're just not actively involved yet. They're not commenting in the live chat or coming on the panel and things like that. But that time's coming. Everybody will kind of adjust and figure it out. Oh, okay, let's next level this. I'll leave a comment about Metallica and Pantera.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's something there. There's a visceral effect to this live broadcast. It's live. So there's a visceral effect. There's it's a kick of dopamine, to leave a comment and have someone see your comment and fucking have a conversation about it, you know? So, you know, I think you could do the same thing on your front porch, but, you know, it's kind of challenging to get all of us together on the same front porch.
Yep, yep. I mean, there are some good things that technology has given us. Got to take the good with the bad.
Dude, you can make good out of most everything. You know, most everything
That's
has
true.
something good to offer. People just are used to jumping to extremes, and you know, like this tour, this whole Pantera reunion, it's a prime example. People are just you know, kind of hell bent on like division. You know, they want people to be like them, but they don't want to say, I want you to be like me. They want to act like they want you to be like yourself, but what they really want is for you to be like them. And it doesn't matter if you're at church or if you're in a band or if you're, you know, a fan of many bands. You know, that's the challenge. It's part of humanity to be kind of hell bent on your own personal positions on things, you know? And so that's, you know, I think that gets in the way of music. It gets in the way of creativity. So, you know, I am very thankful. I've just never been like that. And I've always been able to understand, you know, both sides of like every band fight, you know, both sides. When I say band fight, I mean like Pantera and Rigor Mortis. Back in the day, Rigor Mortis were real shit to Pantera. So Pantera were fucking huge, man. And they were really shit back to Rigor Mortis for being really shit to them, you know? But the truth is they were both my very good friends. Like I spent a lot of time with Casey Orr, Hardin Harrison, Mike Scascia, but those other two, you know, I've known Casey Orr for a long time. And I've spent a lot of time, you know, like at my house, listening to music, you know, watching Casey play music because him and Hardin were in my brother's first band, Warlock, and then Rigor Mortis. And so watching Mike Scascia did not come to my house all the time like Casey or Hardin, but they did have a band house in Arlington on Center Street. So I used to go over to Mike Scascia's house, the Rigor Mortis band house, all the fucking time and hang out with Mike Scascia, you know? And so then there's Bruce Corbett. Bruce Corbett's always been extremely dear to me, and he's the singer for Rigor Mortis. So all of these four guys would just rag fucking Pantera. And I'm there with them, hanging out, you know, partying, doing our thing, you know? And my other closest friends, you know, like these guys were some of my close friends. Spent a lot of time together. But my other close friends were the guys in Pantera or Daryl Abbott specifically, you know. So I'd have to go over there to my friends who were in a kick-ass band, the fucking one of the world's greatest guitarists of all time. And, you know, there's this thing going back and forth between these two bands. And I'm just the guy in the middle that sees both sides to everything. And I'm like, you're stupid. That's bullshit. Don't waste your time. You know? So that's just always going to be a part of it where there's, you know, people are hell-bent on a rivalry, Josh.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is you just got to realize like music is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be competitive. I mean, when I was a kid, you know,
well, competition can be fun.
It can be. I mean, like I was gonna say, when I was a kid, I was actually pretty competitive as far as like if there was somebody who was a better drummer than me, who was close to my age, I got really competitive. I was like, oh, I got to practice harder now, and I'm not as much like that anymore, but I definitely was, and sometimes maybe certain things can still strike that competitiveness. But no, being competitive is good, but like arguing about I mean, a healthy debate versus like, oh, you're wrong and I hate you because you're wrong and I'm right kind of argument about music is kind of.
Are you gonna let me talk?
Yes.
Can I get a word in edgewise here? Shit like that, right?
Do what?
Shit like that.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate conversation stopper. Are you gonna let me talk?
Yeah. It's like, wait, yeah, it kind of makes you think. Like,
Am I gonna let you talk? Fucking talk, you idiot. So I was just pointing out the bad side of competition, especially in competitive like arguments or debates. You know, I agree with you. That's just stupidity, man. Everybody let it go. Let it go. Try to see both sides. There's two sides of every issue. At least there's two sides of every issue. And a lot of times it's a good side and a bad side. So there's a lot of, you know, downsides to a Pantera celebration because of legit statements that were made by Vinnie Paul about he did not want to tarnish the reputation of Pantera or his brother dying. It's legit. You can
at least he was honest about it, you know. At least that's the way he felt, you know.
Well, but it still isn't going to change anything. You know, call it business if you want, but it's kind of like breathing oxygen. You know, I mean, come on, you're pissing in the wind to try to go, oh, this shouldn't happen, and oh, this is a disgrace. What's it? Maybe it is a disgrace. Maybe it is.
But I bet you the people who are mad about it, some of them will still go to the show because they can't help themselves.
Oh, you already know they will. You already fucking know they will. Yeah, they will. They'll come around. It's like we were saying earlier. If the music is good, they'll be there.
Yeah, and we were talking about like if they drop an album, which who knows if they will or not. But if they did, it's like, you know, you're gonna listen to it. Like even if you're against it, like, you know, you're gonna listen to it. Like
if it's good, they're gonna listen and like it. End of the story. Same thing with the tour. If the tour kicks ass and people are watching these videos online, that's why I think they should have someone do quality ass fucking video of the shows. People will drop all their inhibitions and set aside all their biased opinions and go fucking rock and roll. Because at the end of the day, that's what we do. We bang head and rock and roll. We have a good time, enjoy music.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
So with that, man, you know, I have to get focused on this fundraiser. So if anybody wants to help Outlaw Video TV and Josh Inge and Dave Jarvis, we'll take Dave Jarvis also. Randy Bell. So there's 4 of us there. And then whoever is our largest contributor obviously gets to go also. That's how you do it. You get 12 people with that $7,000 package.
I think it was it 8 or maybe it was 12.
I mean, you get 8 people with that $7,000 package. I'm trying to get back to it here. Yeah, 8 people in that package there. So that brings my whole crew, which is Randy Bell, Dave Chaos. Where did that come from? Dave Jarvis, and then myself, and then Josh Inge is our special guest, and yours, because you'll get to meet Josh Inge, and that'll be part of the package, right, Josh?
Yeah, totally.
You can autograph some stuff and take pictures with the biggest contributor to the package that gets us to the show.
Yeah, man, it's well worth it. Well worth it.
But here's the thing, Dave Jarvis, we'll have to like make sure he's really good with his tomatoes. Right? Because you know Dave Jarvis isn't all that excited about seeing Metallica at the age of 60.
Yeah, that's what it.
Dave Jarvis will have some tomatoes tucked away to toss somewhere. But that's part of what would make it fun, dude. If somehow you could make that come together. Again, it's totally a joke. It's absolutely me talking shit, pipe dream. But that's what makes it funny. Deluxe Eterna private platform experience. If someone wants to help Outlaw Video TV and contribute your time only to helping set up this amazing marketing concept to help Outlaw Video TV, our friends, and of course to help Metallica. Dude, we would be helping Metallica and helping Pantera promote this show in a very fun way, because there's no, obviously, Josh, this type of a marketing idea is gonna like catch wildfire, and it's gonna be like worldwide. So we'll be helping out Metallica too.
Yeah, I mean, not that they need it, but you know.
Yeah, they do.
They need us. Where would they be without us?
They need our GoFundMe. They need us 8 people down there in their what do they call it? On their stage. I think that's what they call it, your stage.
Yeah, who else is gonna be in their
private viewing platform? Hey, that's a good question. Do we have our own private? I mean, is that, it says private viewing, so it better, for $8,000 and you're not getting your dick sucked, it better be just us 8, right? And of course, Dave Jarvis's tomatoes. So if anybody wants to support Outlaw Video TV and have us have a great time with Metallica and Pantera, help me set up this GoFundMe and help me market it and promote it. It'll catch worldwide fire, and we'll all go have our private viewing platform to see Metallica. Thank you very much. Hey, have you done the Oculus thing, Josh?
The what?
Oculus.
Oh, what is that?
The vision goggles they put on.
Oh no, I haven't done that.
Like the metaverse. It's called Oculus 360 is the one I'm familiar with. I think it's the most known one that people use. And it's just these goggles that you put on your eyes, and then you're tied into a video game platform. But even that platform, you're not just playing video games. Like, they have a bunch of video games you can play and stuff, right? But the reason I brought it up is because if you type Metallica 360, or a lot of these big bands 360 into YouTube, you'll see all these videos that are made for this Oculus technology already online. You just don't really come across them because you're not doing Oculus. But believe it or not, they exist. And so the first thing I did on Oculus was I was like, really? I can watch a concert? Okay, let me see what Metallica's, let's see what this is. And so I watched a Metallica concert in the round, like they were in the round. It was that tour. And because the camera that I was viewing it through, I was on the riser with Lars.
Wow.
And so what that means, this Oculus, it's literally like a 360 world. When you turn to the right and to the left, you see everything over there. And when you turn to the right, you see everything over there. And so I just be like this. I can see Lars. I can right on top of Lars, watching him play every fucking thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool, man.
It's one of the craziest things I've ever experienced. Yeah, wow. I'm not kidding. It's one of the craziest things I've ever fucking experienced. And that's just, the light side of the whole Oculus, the technology. But I'm not a big gamer or anything. You put me on stage with Metallica, I'm good.
I'm good. I'm all set.
Yeah, dude. You're like, what's up, James? Good to see you again, buddy. Fuck, I'm on stage with you. So if you ever get an opportunity, man, that Oculus technology, you can sit on Lars Ulrich's drum riser for a Metallica concert.
Oh, I've done that before in a lot of my dreams.
There you go. Well, hey, in this case, your dream can come true, or whatever that fantasy shit is, because Oculus it takes you a minute to adjust to it, because when you put it on, it literally, like, you're inside you're in, like when you pick up your foot and take a step, somehow it knows you're picking up your foot and taking a step, and it shows your foot taking a step, but you're not looking at your foot. You can't see it. You've got these goggles on. I mean, it's wild, dude. It's one of the weirdest freaking sensations, And so it's kind of scary because that is what the metaverse is all about. They're basically encouraging, I'm sure people already have, like entire worlds that they've created in these metaverses where they just go around and do shit like watch Metallica concerts, play video games and stuff. But man, it's so powerful. I guess I can kind of see how there definitely might be a future in the reality in the not so distant future where, a lot of people are spending half of their day inside Oculus instead of half of their day, on their cell phone and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube.
That's wild, man. Yeah, I've heard a little bit about it, but yeah, I haven't paid much attention to it. But yeah, that's
impossible to understand. It's almost impossible to explain it. You just have to put those fucking goggles on and go, no way. I mean, dude, you can go anywhere. You can go anywhere and do anything. As long as there's a video or a video game, it's you. It's not you on a, you're not doing a remote control anymore. You are the remote control. It's wild, bro. All right. So I've been wanting to share that with you because I'm pretty sure that happened after you and I were hanging out a little bit. And dude, that's one of the coolest experiences that I had. I need to go do it more and go check out some more bands now that I think about it.
Yeah. Where did you try it out at?
My cousin. My cousin's kind of half hip on technology from time to time. And so really, dude, it's just like Facebook was giving these things away, I think, for a little bit, but they certainly were dirt cheap. So, I think you picked one up for cheap. Yeah. I don't know if they're still cheap. I don't know if they're still practically giving them away. I don't know. But, even, I still don't think that they cost that much, And so I think as long as, I'm talking shit, Josh, I don't know for sure. But I think as long as you have like a Sony entertainment system or PS5, whatever it's up to, or Xbox, it might be Xbox exclusive. I don't know. But as long as you have a game controlling center that supports the Oculus technology, boom, you're good to go.
Wow, that is cool.
Yep, and I don't even think you have to have like a TV. I think you just could hook the Oculus up to the game control. You don't have to have a TV. I think most people do have a TV because that's kind of, how you ultimately control all the different details and things, But how you set it up, I guess, is on your TV. But once you're in the Oculus, you're not on the TV. Your eyes are covered. Now, it is still on the TV, but I can see where it wouldn't have to be. Anyway, hey, Josh, I'm rambling on, brother. I really need to get to this concert calendar. Am I going to have to kick you off of here or something?
Yeah, I got to get going. I got to do some stuff before I get to bed.
All right, brother. Well, I don't want to wear you out also. That's the other thing I get concerned with. I want people to understand, and so I want you to understand that if you have something that you just have 5 minutes and you want to come on here and comment for 5 minutes and then, go do whatever else you're doing, I just don't want anyone to think that, hey, I don't want to go get on the show with Rick because he'll keep me on there for 2 hours. It's not like that. You just practice self-control and say, hey, man, I got 5 minutes. I want to tell you this or talk about that. But at the same time, you're also welcome to, sit here and shoot the shit with me for a couple hours. I'm good with that. I am.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this was a topic I didn't want to not be a part of. So.
Well, and you delivered the goods. So thank you very much, Josh. Everybody in Outlaw Video TV, say thank you and goodbye to Josh Inge And we hope to see you again soon, Josh.
Yes, sir, man. Looking forward to it. Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's very good to see you. Thank you. So this is Iron Jaw right here. Iron Jaw has a new song out, and I haven't got to hear it yet. Has anyone else got to hear it? I'm going to go through this concert calendar pretty quick because I got shit to do too, and I'm very extremely satisfied with the show. Y'all don't even know how much I love that kid right there and how much you're going to love him too. He's an amazing fucking drummer. I mean, amazing. Hands down, the kid's amazing. And I'm not saying that because I'm expecting to jam together with him or I'm expecting to record together with you, Josh. I'm a no filter. Tell it how it is. The guy's a phenomenal fucking drummer. And so when he puts his videos back up on his YouTube channel, you go check it out. He does a cover of Dream Theater's Dance of Eternity. Get out of here. Just fucking back it up, man. That motherfucker is killer. Okay? But better than that, man, he's just a good person. I've known a lot of people, and I've had a lot of people straight up shit on me. And Josh is just a good person. So, yeah, man, I've already had a wonderful night and a very successful show. But to have Dave Jarvis here, thank you, Dave Jarvis, and to have Integrity 101 and fill up the panel, we had a full house tonight. So very happy. Thank you all for making this come true. This is a dream for me. Like, it's same as me talking shit about doing a fundraiser for the Metallica. I mean, that's talking shit. But you know what? It could become a reality. It might. Who knows? If I get a little help, it definitely could. But, you know, this show's the same way. I talked about doing this show for a fucking year before I got it off the ground. And so y'all are helping me make this dream come true. So thank y'all very, very much. Back to Iron Jaw. If you have heard the Iron Jaw, leave a comment in the live chat here. Johnny Yarbrough, Gay Sloth, are you still with us by chance? Pyromancer. I can't wait to hear it. I don't know if I'll hear it tonight or not, but I'm definitely going to listen tomorrow. It's been out since last week, and I've just been extremely busy. So everybody knows I fucking totally love Rick Perry. I love his playing. I love Iron Jaw in particular. I love that fucking Iron Jaw. Todd Pack singing, the songwriting, it's all there, man. Iron Jaw kicks ass. So Pyromancer. And then from there, getting rid of that. If anybody has a comment about Pyromancer and Iron Jaw, I will be watching the comments while I go through this concert calendar. All right, so this is the big show this weekend. Ben, hello, Big Ben. I'm going to wait for this to come up on my monitor. And Friday, December the 2nd. And I apologize to anyone else who has big shows this weekend. That's one of the challenges of doing a fun show like this. God, I got to get my face off of that screen. When the only reason this is like this, I've been customizing my graphics so that I've been customizing my graphics so that when I pull up these flyers, they fill up the whole screen. Can't see my face, blah, blah, blah. So that's what's going on there. But yeah, Ben is from the Joe's Garage days. Many evenings I have been at Joe's Garage and Ben be there to greet us. And he worked security at Joe's Garage, basically, him and Homer. So Ben has been a staple in the live music community for years. He is having a tough time right now. Please come out and support. These killer bands will be playing with some special guests. So these bands, Black Horse, do you see that? Fucking Black Horse. Black Horse? I saw Black Horse in 1978 at the Texas Jam, Ben, and the Rail Club, and Rick Perry, and everyone else. Yep, I saw Black Horse play the Battle of the Bands. So I saw the Battle of the Bands. I saw multiple bands play. at the first Texas Jam in 1978 was at the Cotton Bowl. And so it was at the Fair Park Arena over there, the one that fucking Pantera played at. I believe it's an arena. I mean, we were indoors, and we also saw Tommy. They played Tommy that night, the movie, and we were tripping balls. So Black Horse won the Battle of the Bands to win a prize of, I imagine they got a recording studio type deal out of it, but mainly it was to open the Texas Jam. So Black Horse played at the Texas Jam in 1978, and I was fucking there. So that's pretty badass right there alone. You got Black Horse playing this benefit. What's more important, though, is that it's Ben and he has needs. So forget my Metallica tickets and forget my marketing idea. If you have any funds and you want to support a good cause, go out here this Friday. Or if you can't make it and you're in another part of the country, just find Ben on Facebook. Find the folks at the Rail on Facebook. Any of those people, be happy to help Ben. So Life of Scars, that's Wayne Abney. That's Hammerwitch, brah. So that's Hammerwitch, Life of Scars. Man, I don't know how to tell you how bad I'd love to see this show. I will be with my grandson, though. And so then also Headbanger, everybody's favorite motherfucking cover band, Headbanger, playing all of the new wave of British heavy metal favorites. Headbanger, that's with Rick Perry and John Perez playing guitars. I don't even know who else is in the band, but I'm really excited about seeing Headbanger. I really wished I could see this fucking show, but everybody else, you all need to go out there. And so since I'm sitting here bitching and complaining and moaning and telling you, look, I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to sit here and play games. I wasn't trying. It wasn't my intention to play games and make everybody think I was going to come out to all your shows. I really am a dreamer. I really do get my hopes up. I really do wish I could do things that I'm just not able to do. So I'm very sorry. I take care of my grandson half of the week, every week. I keep him. I'll go get him early tomorrow morning. He's sick, and so I'll be picking him up early tomorrow morning, and I'll keep him all day tomorrow, and happily keeping him tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and a big part of Sunday. And so that's every week. I keep my grandson Thursday through Sunday, and there's no escaping it. Like, I don't have a babysitter. I don't have the money for a babysitter. I don't really want a babysitter, I would like to see the shows, but I fucking love my grandson. And my daughter died. My daughter died in December of 1999, and I spent all of my fucking savings already taking care of my grandson. I have no complaints. I'm not bitching. I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you that I want to be at these shows. I just can't fucking be there. So don't hate on me and don't think I'm intentionally misleading you or that I'm some kind of piece of shit sitting here saying, hey, everybody go support these bands. Get out and have a good time. And then I'm not there. I get it. It's fucked up. But what? Just don't do the show? Sorry, I'm going to do fucking shows and, it'll all come around. So everybody go out and support Ben this weekend. And this show here, I'm waiting for it to come up. Squid Hammer, Hell Santa Tour. It's the Hell Santa Tour. I'm pretty sure that this is at the Maverick, and it will say down there, I can't really see, there's Austin, Houston, Arlington, Mavericks. So there it is. I can't see that date there, but I think it's this weekend. And I think I have another flyer for it. So that's Squid Hammer. I don't know who the hell they are, but that's a show at the Maverick. The Maverick's in Arlington. That surely is a good, fun rock and roll or metal band, maybe satanic. But either way, I'm going to support all fucking rock and roll, heavy metal shows in Arlington, Texas, 100% of the time, no matter what. So there you are, Squid Hammer. So I'm going to go up here real fast and see if this is Squid Hammer. I'm thinking it is. I'm hoping it is. I'm waiting for it to show up on my... Nope, that's actually my buddy Keegan McEnroe. So we're going to come back to that. And I think I have more info on the Squid Hammer coming right up. But I do have another Maverick show here. So let's bring this up. This is the show with Creeper. I believe this is the flyer. Saturday Night Metal. Chemicost. Creeper. Heirs of Salvation. That caught my attention. Sabbath Worship. That's the Heirs. That's how they're rolling that out. Heirs of Salvation. Sabbath Worship. Interesting. And then No Coffin. Miami Doom Thrash. And Panic, Heavy Rock, Fort Worth. That's Joey Panic, right? Hello, Joey Panic. Good to see you out rocking and rolling, brother. Chemicost is kick-ass, but of course you got Creeper right there. And Creeper is a fucking badass heavy metal band. I've got this Creeper graphic right here. Everybody, oh, that's not it. It looks like that, though. That's really close. Some of these are going to be a little old, so sorry. That's Resist and Bite. Anybody ready to jam? Check out some Resist and Bite. And bear with me as I go back through my older graphics. That's me playing guitar there. One of my shows, a couple of them. But here's Creeper right here. It's Creeper USA on Facebook and YouTube. And that's Jimmy Fritz, the Master Shredder. Creeper, The Siege. Everybody go over to YouTube and check out Creeper. And then, of course, go out to Mavericks this weekend, right? Saturday, I hope, not Friday. Because I know everybody's going to be at Joe's Garage. I'm at Joe's Garage, the Rail on Friday. So Saturday night, there you go, Dallas, Fort Worth. Head-banging heavy metal motherfuckers. You got a good weekend in store. You can do the Rail on Friday night and wake your drunk ass up Saturday and haul it on out to the Maverick Saturday night for heavy metal in Arlington, Texas. Okay, so this one is for this show. And again, I have to wait just a second for it to show up on my monitor. This is an Elmo Jones production. So Elmo Jones production presents Creeper, Chemicost, and Heirs of Salvation. Heirs of Salvation, if you want to come on the show and promote your show, get your fucking ass on here and quit dicking around. Same thing with Creeper. Like, really, you guys make me almost want to not promote your shows. But I get over that shit real fast because I'm better than all of that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so here's another show at O'Reilly's this weekend. So Saturday, if you're out in Dallas and you want to see Perceived, Sydney Hart, King Honeybee, whoever King Honeybee is, that's at O'Reilly's, $10 cover, free parking. And that's this Saturday. O'Reilly's is in North Dallas. This is a whatever WW is anymore. The Final Battle. Chris Jericho. See the tan? Chris Jericho, our buddy, Fozzy. And Claudio Castagnoli. Saturday, December the 10th. The Ring of Honor Final Battle. The reason I brought this up is this is actually going to be at UTA. I don't know, I used to see shows at UTA, like Judas Priest played UTA way back in the day. So I don't know if they've got what their Coliseum situation is over there and all that. But anybody into wrestling in Arlington, there it is. Chris Jericho, it all ties in, coming up next Saturday. And that's that. All right, so another shout out, Ghoul Town. I'm just going through all of these because I don't want to miss any of them. And I said earlier when we were talking about Metallica and Charlie Benante, there are a couple of new interviews with him out there. I think they just came out today, so I haven't even had a chance to read these articles. Just letting you know, be on the lookout. If you don't know Charlie Benante, I think you do, but for some reason, if someone out there just doesn't understand, this guy's a maestro. He's a fucking maestro. I didn't get a chance to ask Josh. It's probably a good thing I didn't. His opinion between the talent level of Vinnie Paul and Charlie Benante. He definitely gave the nod to Vinnie Paul over Lars Ulrich. So that's pretty fucking kick ass. And that's coming from a skilled drummer. This guy teaches lessons. He's a highly intelligent human being, is Josh Hings. So, you know, his opinion is fucking 100% valid right here at Outlaw Video TV, especially on drummers. And so you guys get ready to really get to know Charlie Benante because he's got new interviews coming out and he's just a kick-ass motherfucker. And you'll see that as you watch some of these interviews and check out some of these articles. All right, so there's all of that and that and that. So I'm back to that show right there. And then, Skillet. This show is coming up still. And I don't know if I'd like to see it really or not. I'm not all that worried about it. Okay, so that's the tour. Here's the Rail Club. They got the New Year's Eve show with the cover bands, including a Prince cover band. It would be a lot of fun. And then also Barbara and the Dirty Shirleys. So I believe that's Barbara Claxton, right? That's the Claxton crew. And they have a show coming up at Mavericks also. So if I don't have that here, because I'm running out of shows, I think I've already run out. But look for Barbara and the Dirty Shirleys on their Facebook page to get that information there. So Saturday, December the 10th, it's another Perceived show. That's from my friend Randy Roy of the band Raid. He's the one that was promoting Perceived. I really don't know that much about him, but I trust my buddy Randy Roy. And so Perceived, if you want to check them out. And this right here is the King Diamond. This is just a clip. I was one of the videos that they produced. I say King Diamond, I mean Merciful Fate. There's a giant difference. It's just there's almost night and day difference in these two styles of music. Even if you can't hear it, there is. And Merciful Fate to me is just, man, I experienced it. Like I was a youngster. I was 17. This is very much part of the new wave of British heavy metal. And again, I had these records. I had the EP, Nuns Have No Fun. I had the record, the first Merciful Fate record. So killer fucking set. If anybody wants to jam some killer music, killer fucking set right there. I'm going to look at a couple of these. I know most of these shows right here have already passed. So I'm going to be very careful and try not to drag this out any further. Okay, so that's January the 20th, the Solid Hate and Ice Nine Kills. Is that who that is up there? Oh, no, that's Past the Ammunition and Tower High. Tower High. That's what it's called. Oh. Anyway, Solid Hate, Past the Ammunition, and where's that show at? I can't even see. Okay, it's Haltom Theaters. I got some Haltom Theater shows on here. I felt bad because I really don't have any other newer shows. But there's Haltom Theater, and I think the other is a Haltom Theater show also, which is Judas Goat, some death metal bands there. And let's see, I have to wait just a second for this to pop up and see if this is the current show real quick. December 17th, there you go. Bunch of death metal bands at Halton Theater. And that Rhonda Ray show is already passed. Rhonda Roy. And this is one of my favorite shirts that I have to have. That's your boy's Creeper right there. So y'all go get you a Creeper shirt this weekend at the Maverick. This is a band that I really like called Resist and Bite. Go check out some Resist and Bite if you like good new music. I fully expect, hope to get a Resist and Bite interview. I think I can definitely make that happen. That's X610 chill right there. So some X610 chill right there. I'll play some of that in a minute. And that is Dave Jarvis, X610 chill. All right, so I guess that wraps up the concert calendar, and I'm going to just say thank you. Thank you very, very much for joining me tonight and staying on long with me to go through the concert calendar. Join me again every Wednesday at 9 p.m. I've been talking to some of these people at the Slab City. I don't know for sure 100%, but I'm pretty sure. Talked to Waterboy today, and Waterboy is on the back quadrant. So if anybody wants to check in the Waterboy, just YouTube him. He's on the back quadrant. He's one of the cool people. He's one of us out there, you know. If we get that, he's free spirited, he's cool, he's considerate, he's compassionate. He's just a cool fucking partying motherfucker, right? And then, you know, they actually have, you know, bars out there. And so been in touch with someone from the Ponderosa, and I know that Waterboy knows those people and spends time there. So it's going to take a little bit to really pull this thing together. But if I do it, I should do a really good presentation, an ongoing presentation on, believe it or not, of all things, Slab City. Just because as a content creator, when you think about, you know, I actually did some true crime stuff. I actually delved into some true crime. And I wouldn't mind doing some true crime, but the truth is it's not my thing. It was never my thing. I only did it because I had an audience through Jim Terry TV and Salty Pancakes, and was just kind of trying to take advantage of the opportunity while it was there. But the truth is it was good while it lasted. I had some good times, but probably not going to do any kind of true crime. But you never know. It has a lot to do with other people also. If I had like someone who's really interested in doing true crime, let's just say, like, for example, if one of or both of the true crime broads, you got the true crime broads here out of Dallas, if one of them contacted me, or there's a chick named Danielle, y'all might check into her. If someone like that contacted me and said, hey, I think you would be a great co-host to do true crime with, I'll help you. Let's do this. Hey, let's get serious. And we're interested in doing that, and then also shooting the shit and talking and having fun, I would do true crime under those circumstances. But if I'm on my own and I really want to come up with some content because I have the time, you know, I have the fucking time and I have the technology. And quite frankly, I don't have a lot of other fucking options. I like work-wise. My work is really slow. So I'm trying to be creative here and come up with something that's beneficial and entertaining for everybody, but also something that, will help grow this channel. Because the more I grow Outlaw Video TV in any way, the more we all benefit. Meaning all the musicians. We all do better when the whole channel does better. So to me, Slab City is pretty fucking entertaining. It's just a matter of weeding out the bullshit, which is what it's always a matter of, connecting with the true people, the cool kids, you know, and then doing a fucking real presentation. And so I'll give you an example. One of the things I'm kind of encouraged by talking to Waterboy tonight is if you do or have in the past watched some stuff about Slab City and what's going on out there. Slab City is in the desert in Southern California, and it's an old Army base. There are still bases there where they test bombs, and you can see bombs blowing up, right there next door to Slab City. But when they cleared the Army base like Slab City used to be an actual big city, a big Army base city. So they cleared out all the buildings, they cleared out. So it's just a bunch of concrete slabs out in the middle of the desert where these people started going and sleeping and living. And so they've been doing that for years. So that's what Slab City is. And if you, one of the things I'm encouraged by talking to Waterboy today is, and it's that if you do a search, you're going to come across Slab City TV. There's a guy named Carlos that does Slab City TV. And, he's got some pretty good interviews. I mean, really, he's just got some pretty good interviews. But he's also got some fucked up shit. And so I noticed on my own that something about this is not completely kosher, meaning Slab City TV and the people of Slab City. But I definitely had at least one person. I contacted people. One person said, if that Carlos from Slab City, has anything to do with it, I am not at all interested. And so, I'm not the kind of person to be judgmental and let people affect my decisions. I just take everything in stride and pay attention, weed my way through. And so sure enough, Waterboy was upfront to me tonight about that Carlos is not one of them at Slab City. Carlos doesn't live there. That's for one thing. But he's not one of them. That's what he said. He said, hey, he's not one of us. He doesn't represent us, and he doesn't really get a good representation of Slab City TV. And he says, we would like, someone like you, someone that can give us a real, representation. And I was like, dude, that's fucking cool, because I think he's right in the sense that, I have far more in common with this guy than Carlos at Slab City TV does. And so it's not anything personal, blah, blah, blah. I'm just no filter, tell you the facts. Okay. So there is a possibility that I do a ongoing series with Waterboy, hopefully House of Dots and the Ponderosa, and some other people like Captain Jack. He's a character out there, and some other people on an ongoing basis. So again, that might happen. We'll see. I'll update you and let you know. But what we know absolutely does happen every Wednesday night right here, Outlaw Video TV. We're going to be talking shit about music, all the best of heavy metal and good music that can be enjoyed, and then also a concert calendar. So that to me is just as important as anything else. But if I just sit here and talk about local bands every week, I think it'll get old. So I try to keep it entertaining and interesting for everyone. And sure enough, tonight was a great show, talking about Metallica, talking about Pantera with cool people like Josh Ing, Integrity 101, and Dave Jarvis. So first and foremost, my thanks are to you guys for taking the time. And my thanks also to Randy Bell. Even though he couldn't join us, he was with us in spirit. Absolutely. And then Jim Wright, thank you. Alex Gomez, thank you for joining us in the live chat. Cheap Trick, thank you for joining us in the live chat. That's Xander. And Gay Sloth. Anybody who wants to check out a dude kicking things around, trying to make some things happen, that would be Gay Sloth or Johnny Yarborough. That's his YouTube channel, is Johnny Yarborough. And the Gay Sloth is a moniker that Jim Terry gave him. So that's Jim Terry TV. If you want some other vile, semi-entertaining, I shouldn't say vile. If you just want to check out another form of entertainment, go over and check out Jim Terry TV. And then if you're interested in some true crime type stuff, go check out Salty Pancakes. He's a big supporter of Outlaw Video TV. And then if you really want real true crime, the best true crime is Gisela K. It's a Grizzly True Crime. So that's the best of the best true crime. All right. So thank you again. I'm going to play one more song and we're going to end the show. And we will see you here again every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Blow your brains out with Rick E. Warden. That's me. I am Rick E. Warden. And I got no fucks to give. I'm just here to have a good time. At the end of the day, I ain't nobody, just like everyone else. I'm just figuring out a way to have a good time. And I am having a good time. All right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting one foot in front of the other. That's what you got to do, man. Soon you'll be walking out the door. Just put one foot in front of the other. And soon we'll be banging fucking head.